last time the Phillies played Cincinnati Reds was in Philadelphia. So the Phillies took this game 68.9 the season, and the Reds took this game 62.57 the season. Pitching for your Phillies tonight will be Tom Walker, and pitching for the Reds tonight will be Andrew Evans. And here's here goes face up. We got Trey Toledo, Kelsey Van second, Bryce Van third, Jason Van fourth, Nick Cassiano Van fifth, Harrison Van batting sixth, playing center field. Aldo Kemp is batting 7, playing third base. And Marlon Sosa is batting second, is batting 8, playing second base. Nobody started tonight. And Weston Wilson is batting 9, playing left field. And Norma, and that's Kevin tonight. So yeah, that's your Phillies starting lineup. So. So coming off the bat for the Phillies, we had Trey Turner in the bat for the Phillies. No Philly fans on base. 0 outs. Top of the first. Here we go. And you have got pitch trade trade away by the catcher strike one. And then we're gonna pitch trade soon. And Trey Turner flies out to the center fielder. The center fielder TJ and Trey Turner goes shooting one. Coming up next, the bat of the Phillies, we got your 2025 National All-Star MVP Kyle Swimmer. MVP. 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 The favorite of the base. One out. Top of the first. Here we go. And you have got a pitch base when we go in, boys. Swinging the base at strike one. And you have got a pitch base when we go. Kyle Swimmer pops out to the third baseman. Keep on Hayes. And Kyle Swimmer's out. Catch one. So coming up next to bat the Phillies, you got your two-time MVP Bryce Harper next to bat the Phillies. No Philly Rays on base. 2 outs. Top of the first. Here we go. Harper Nation. Harper Nation. Harper Nation. And you have got a pitch base Bryce Green for you. Swing at the top of the one. And you have got a pitch base Bryce swing the base strike to 2. And we have got a pitch base Bryce swing at the top of the 2. And you have got a pitch base Bryce running catch goes balls 1 and 2. And you have got a pitch base Bryce waiting for Bryce Harper grounds out to the shortstop. Even De La Cruz, he goes to the first base, just splits the steal. And Bryce Harper's out. Bryce Harper one. And that's 3 yards for the Phillies. So the school, we have a school game, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the bottom of the first, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Reds turn the bat. Let's see what the Reds can do with the turn the bat at the bottom of the first. And the 3 red players to the bat at the bottom of the first will be TJ Petto, Spencer Steele, and Eli De La Cruz. What's up? Wilson say Wilson Hay. What's up, just is it Rachel? Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying, right? All the red fans at tonight. If you guys tomorrow's our birthday, so we're gonna be doing the stream today and tomorrow night. And so the one tomorrow night's gonna be what Rangers was switching tomorrow night. So against the I think Bradley Singer. So I'm gonna let you know at the end of the stream, but still I'm gonna cover that one tomorrow night. And then I'll be on my birthday. I'll be on the trip to City for 3 days. We'll be there from Wednesday till Friday, and then Saturday come back. So So yeah, so that'll be great. So what's up, Shirley? Shirley? Yeah, if I get your name right, I will get these names correctly. What's up? You're famous Mexican. What's up? And you're famous Mexican. Yeah, I'm doing good. So here go the rest of them. We got TJ Brody, Spencer Steele, Eli De La Cruz, Miguel Unjura, Gavin Lux, Noel Martin, Tyler Stevenson, Matt McClain, and Kevon Hayes. And that is your Cincinnati Reds starting lineup. So coming up the bat for the Reds, we got TJ Brody coming to bat for the Reds. The Reds plays the Reds. 0 outs, bottom of the first. Here we go. Tom Walker got a pitch coming in for you. TJ ready for Ronnie Cousins goes on. Tom Walker and pitch for TJ Ronnie is in the 5-1. And Tom Walker and pitch for TJ Ronnie Cousins goes 2-2-1. And Tom Walker and pitch for TJ ready for you. Swinging in with the 5-2-2. And Tom Walker and pitch going to play TJ ready for it. You swing at that one, there's another foul ball to go. You swing at that one, goes right to the stands, and that's another foul ball, and still 2-2. What's up, monkeys? What's up, Mr. M? And Tom Walker and pitch for TJ ready for it. TJ Brody asked for time on your TJ Brody is 11 out to some baseballs. And Tom Walker and pitch for TJ ready for it. You swing that one, go high and knocks over the top of the wall. And going to go ahead and TJ Brody runs around for a stop at second. TJ Brody got a double, yo. And this is TJ Brody's 18-0 on the 2021 season on a short line drive to the right field of Nick Castellanos. Dang, Nick Castellanos. Shout out to 60 people watching game for the Blue Jays. Coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have Spencer Steele. Next to bat for the Reds, we got one more player second base, 0 rounds. Bottom of the first, here we go. Tom Walker got a pitch, going to be Spencer ready for Ronnie Cousins to go to Tom Walker got a pitch, Spencer Ronnie Cousins to go 2-2 now. And Tom Walker got a pitch, going to be Spencer ready for it. And Spencer Steele grounds out to the shortstop Trey Tony doing the first base and vice seven times. Spencer Steele down. Coming up next, the bat for the Reds, we have Eli De La Cruz. And next to the bat for the Reds, we got one more player on second base. 1 out, bottom of the first, here we go. Tom Walker got a pitch to you. For you, Eli, you're ready for it. All that catching goes balls 1 out. And Tom Walker got a pitch to you, Eli, you're ready for it. He swinging that one goes right to the stands, and that's a foul ball, 1-1. And Tom Walker got another pitch for Eli, you're ready for it. Ronald catches goes to 0-2 to 2-1. Wilson and Pullman, Sacramento, what's up? And Tom Walker got another pitch for Eli, you're ready for it. Ronald catches goes to strike 1. Ronald catches goes to strike 2 to 2-2. And Tom Walker got another pitch for Eli, you're ready for it. Ronald catches goes to 0-3 to 3-2 to full count. And Tom Walker got another pitch for Eli, you're ready for it. Swing and a miss, not strike 3. Eli De La Cruz is out. First strike for Tom Walker, 1K. And then we say what this and so come on next to bat for the Reds. We had Miguel Alejandro come next to bat for the Reds. We got one red player on second base, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Here we go. Tom Wong got a pitch in for Miguel Gary for a runner catching goes balls to them. Tom Wong got a pitch for Miguel Gary for a runner catching goes ball 2-2 now. I know I'm not winning, folks, so get that right. No, that's not right, so. And Tom Wong got a pitch in for Miguel Gary for it. And so that one goes right to the grass, and that's a single. And Miguel June John raised the first base for the Reds. And Miguel June John was singles on a ground ball to the second baseman Armando Souza. And TJ Fuller raised the third base. The Reds have Miguel June John on first base and TJ Fuller on third base. Players at the corners there. So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have Gavin Lux next to bat for the Reds. We got Red players on first base and third base. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Here we go. Time Walker got a pitch connected by Gavin Gray for it. Swing and a miss, not strike one is on one. Yo, you say go Phils, nice. And Time Walker got a pitch connected by Gavin Gray for it. Runner catching goes the balls gonna win. Who's gonna win the World Series? Well, we don't know that far yet, yo. We know you're speaking in the playoffs. We're not even in the playoffs yet, so we can't even think about that yet. And Tom Moore got the pitch we gave him a and Tom Moore did pitch on to his first baseman, Vice off to make sure that we get under June Jones to get the first base right and pick it to the one at first base. Tom Moore got the pitch connect for you gave him a for it. Running catch goes to roll 2-2-1. So we don't know how far the Phillies are going to go in the postseason. We don't even know how far they're going to go. So we can't think that far yet. And Tom Moore got the pitch connect for you gave him a for it. Yeah, depending on how we do in September, all the games in September, all the way to that last game against the Minnesota Twins, and then all decide like when we gotta win the division. If we win the division, then we don't have to worry about playing any of the wild card games. So that would be kind of great because then you don't have to worry about none of that. This week that goes right to the Reds. That's a single. Gavin Lux will base the first base for the Reds. Gavin Lux singles on the ground ball to the right field, and Nick Cassiano. And we get a June Jones will base the third base. So the Reds have Gavin Lux on first base, and we get June Jones on third base. Plays the court now. But the Reds score runs. It's going to Phillies have 0 runs. The Reds have 1 run, and the Reds will get their first run score in the bottom of the first, thanks to TJ Fuller. That was one of the Reds. Thank you for subbing, yo. So coming up next event for the Reds, we have Noelle Martin coming next to bat for the Reds. We got Red players on first base and third base, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Here we go. Time one got a pitch can there for the ball line. The Red boy running catch goes the ball in there. Time one got a pitch in the ball line. The Red boy running catch goes to strike one is 1-1. The time one got a pitch can the ball line. The ball's in the dirt. It's a ball 2-1. Time one got a pitch can the ball line. Get ready for it. Running catch goes the ball 3-1. And And Tom got another pitch in the room. I get ready for it. And the line rotate grinds into a four stop to the shortstop Trey Turner, who threw to the second baseman, and Ronda Souza. Gavin Lux is out at second base. That's the on to the Reds. So scoring the Phillies have 0 runs. The Reds have 1-1. That's the end of the first inning, gentlemen. Moving on to the second inning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Phillies turn the bat. Let's see what the Phillies do to turn the bat at the top of the second. Now it's 1-0 Reds. And the three Philly Reds do the bat at the top of the second to be JT Realmuto, Nick Castellanos, and Harrison Bader. They're gonna have a good day today, guys. Got to see the good for the room today. See they come today. Yeah, she was using her cane today because her back was on her and stuff, so she used that to get on the bed and then walk up the stairs and stuff, which did help. You know, it took a while to get up the stairs, but you know, she did. You know, and she made it. And she used the cane during the day. If she needed to go anywhere, she used it and stuff. She even used it during lunchtime to get clean for food and stuff, so then you know come back. So she did do that. Even used it once you nothing to do because we had a new member starting out of the day program. I think he was called Jay, I think. And you know he was all okay. They started mimicking Jules and started covering everything he said, which was like that's annoying. You know, and then he started so it's like and then once then we went to the hallway and stuff. At the lunchtime she went in the hallway, so then I went in the hallway with her and kicked her out because she ain't like that. The new member was actually being what's it called annoying and stuff. So. And so then she went into the meditation. I wanted to let her to keep her company because the fact of the matter is he was annoying me too. So it was kind of like and it was annoying to Alex too, but yeah. So it was a problem for all of us. Yeah. So you gotta get out of here. Good day to you. Yeah. Can't respect nobody. Cleveland today. Go Rangers. Your Texas Rangers lost to the Phillies. You got swept. You got swept by the Phillies. So. Alright, you gotta go too. If you can't be nice, get out of here then. If you can't be nice, get out of here, y'all, because you can't be nice. If you can't be nice, you go on, so. Yeah, because if you can't be nice, you gotta get out of here, so. Yes, I am a Phillies fan, so. Just letting you know that I am a Phillies fan, so. Really. So don't even laugh at that. Don't even laugh at that. That's because like both teams. You mean like the Phillies and the Reds. Well, that's kind of the choice right there. You have to toss them. So coming up the bat for the Phillies, we have JT Realmuto the bat for the Phillies. No Philly fans on base. Zeros. Top of the second. Here we go. Andrew Abbott got a pitch. Going to be JT. Get ready for it. Rodney Catch goes balls 1-0. Andrew Abbott got a pitch. JT. Rodney Catch goes ball 2-0. Andrew Abbott got a pitch. JT. Wait for it. JT Realmuto grounds out to the third base with Keith Hayes. Newton the first base with Spencer steering time. JT is out. JT 0 for 1. Coming up next to bat for the Phillies, we got Nick Castellanos next to bat for the Phillies. No Philly fans on base. 2 outs. Top of the second. Here we go. Nick does stick. Nick does stick. Nick does stick. And Andrew got a pitch for there, bro. Castellanos. Rodney Castellanos strike with 1. Andrew got a pitch for Castellanos. Nick Castellanos flies out to the left field. Gavin Lux. Nick Castellanos out. Nick Castellanos 0 for 1. My favorite Phillies player is Bryce Harper. Yeah, my favorite Phillies player is the blue jersey I'm wearing on right now. I forgot to say, guys, I'm wearing the Bryce Harper jersey on. I'm watching this game on NBC Sports Philadelphia. So, Bryce Harper is my favorite player, number 3, MV3. So coming up next, the bat for the Phillies, we got Harrison Bader next to bat. So coming up next, the bat for the Phillies, we got Harrison Bader coming next to bat for the Phillies. No Philly players on base. 2 outs. Top of the second. Here we go. Andrew Abbott got a pitch. Going to be Harrison going for it. He swung it down and was right to the stage. That's 5 balls on 1. And Andrew Abbott got another pitch gonna be Harris and ready for it. Riley's catching up the balls 1-2. Wait, let me say it again. So Andrew Abbott got a pitch for Harris and ready for it. Swinging like a right stand and the Pirates on one. Andrew Abbott got another pitch for Harris and Riley's catching up the balls 1-1. And then Andrew Abbott got another pitch for Harris and ready for it. Riley's catching up strike two and 1-2. And Andrew Abbott got another pitch gonna be Harris and ready for it. Swinging that one goes right into the stands, and that's a foul balls and 1-2. Yeah, because Bryce Harper is a good player, so I'm gonna give you that one. And Andrew Abbott got another pitch gonna play Harrison away for it. And shout out to the 4 people watching stream. Thank you for 10 likes. And Harrison Bader pops out to the shortstop Elo De La Cruz. And Harrison Bader's out. Harrison Bader 0-1. And that's 3 outs to the Phillies. So the score is the Phillies have 0-1. So the Reds have 1-1. We're moving on to the bottom of the second. It's the Reds turning the red. Let's see what the Reds do. They're turning the red at the bottom of the second. And it's still one of the Reds. And the 3 red players do at the bat. The bottom of the second will be Tyler Stevenson, Matt McLean, and Kevon Hayes. Yeah, so guys, well, we're gonna give me the birthday next year. I told him I wanted $50 sign a screwdriver. And what I'm gonna get her, because I know for Christmas time for her birthday, I'm gonna get her like the green lightning collection Power Ranger one. The one that's goes $8,000 over eBay. But then also what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get her just because gift is gonna be I'm gonna get her the green cycle Power Ranger one, because she said she has like we said she has the red cycle, she has the yellow cycle Power Ranger, she has the red cycle Power Ranger, she has the blue cycle Power Ranger, she has the black cycle Power Ranger, and she has the silver cycle Power Ranger action figures. So she has all those action figures, but she don't have the green cycle Power Ranger action figures. So that's gonna be just for kids game. So I might try to get that one. That's like $84.95 on eBay as well. So I'm gonna get her that. So because she don't have that one in her collection, so I figured like you add something to. She don't have the green one for her regular like lightning collection one. And then she gonna have the green one for the green cycle Power Ranger for her cycle Power Ranger like set. Because since she got every single one except for the green one. So. SDO, oh, you from Detroit, Michigan. I remember you. So coming up the bat for the Reds, we had Tyler Stevenson come to bat for the Reds. The Reds plays some main zeros. Bottom of the second, here we go. Tom Wood got a pitch for the pitch for you. For you, Tyler, go ready for running catch, go straight was a one. Tom Wood got a pitch for Tyler, go ready for it. And Tyler Stevenson flies out to the right field, Nick Castellanos, and Tyler Stevenson's out. Well, we down 1-0. As that we down 1-0. So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have Matt McLean next to bat for the Reds. The Red plays on Reds. 1-0, bottom of the second. Here we go. Tom Wood got a pitch going to play Mac and ready for a runner catch going straight 1-1. Tom Wood got another pitch going to play Mac and ready for it. And Matt McLean grounds out to the third baseman, Alvin Kim, who threw it to the first baseman, Bryce Harper in time. And Matt McLean is out. So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have Kevon Hayes next to bat for the Reds. The Reds plays on Reds. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Here we go. And Tom Wood got a pitch going for you. Kevon, go ready for it. Runner catches going to straight 1-1. And Tom Wood got a pitch for you. Kevon, go ready for it. Runner catches going to swinging at you. He's swinging the miss. That's strike 2 is 0-2. And Tom Wood got a pitch going to play Kevon, go ready for it. Runner catches goes to balls 1-2. And Taiwan got another pitch connect for keep on going for it. Right there catch goes the ball to the 2-2. So it's like to get out of Philly. It's too hot in Philly, man. It's like to get away from it. We'll be there for 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Come back Saturday and be like, and then try to start on the week. So, get away from being right now. The full bag is done. I will chat with you guys later. Okay, it's done. And tell we're gonna pitch connect for you. Keep on going for it. Running catch goes balls 1-2. And tell we're gonna pitch to keep on running catch the ball 2-2. Tell we're gonna pitch to keep on swing. They go right in the grass. That's a single. And Kevon Hayes will advance to first base for the Reds. And Kevon Hayes singles on line drive to the center fielder Harrison Avenue. So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we had TJ playing next to bat for the Reds. We got one Red playing first base, 2 hours about in the second. Here we go. Tom Wilson got a pitch connect by TJ. Get ready for it. Right there catches goes the balls around. And Tom Wilson got another pitch connect by TJ. TJ get ready for it. And TJ really grounds out to the first base and Bryce Harper with a leaping catch and stepped on the first base back in time. And TJ really is out. And that's 3 outs for the Reds. So it's cool. The Phillies have 0 runs. The Reds have 1 run. And that's the end of the second, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on to the third inning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Phillies turn the bat. Let's see what the Phillies can do. They're turning the bat at the top of the third. And the 3 Philly players do the bat at the top of the third will be Albert King, Amanda Sosa, and Weston Wilson. Can't believe Jules today. I told you what my favorite, so my celebrity coach was. Another coach was actually Joe Jonas, which I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I watched like the Cindy Jones first one hit my tail, I was like, oh my god, I like Joe Jonas so much. And then when the Jonas Brothers did, they had their own TV show called Jonas. It was the 3 Jonas Brothers. It was Joe Jonas, Nick Jonas, and Kevin Jonas, and then they had the brother Frankie Jonas on the show when they had their own TV show called Jonas. Yeah, it was really cool about their family, so that was a good show. And then on TV show after that, and then they went on We Can't Rock when they brought them on that. I was like, oh yeah. But I got to start having a girl show on Joe Jonas when I was like a teenager because cause I saw them on Hannah Montana. That's how I knew who they were. So when they were on Hannah Montana, I didn't know who they were, but I was like, oh my god, I think I know who they were. I heard some of their songs, and I was like, oh, I know who these guys are. And then when they sang the first time, I was like, oh my god, I like Joe Jonas for some reason. And when Joe Jonas sings, oh my god, it's like, it makes every girl get all excited and stuff. Yeah, so my friends need to wake up, y'all. It's the goddamn Reds. Can we actually even wake up right now? It's the goddamn Reds. It ain't like, yes, I thought the freaking Rangers, man. So coming up the bat for the Phillies, we have Albert King coming up the bat for the Phillies. No Philly players are made. 0 outs. Top of the third, here we go. Andrew Abbott got a pitch in the way out to the way forward. So now coming up the bat for the Phillies, we got Albert King coming up the bat for the Phillies. No Philly players are made. 0 outs. Top of the third, here we go. Out two. And Andrew Abbott got a pitch me out to the way for a swing and miss, strike 1. Andrew Abbott got a pitch me out to a swing and miss, strike 2, 0-2. And Andrew Abbott got a pitch me out to the way forward. And I would keep asking for time on you, and I would keep grabbing the back to my base on. And Adrian, we're going to pitch me out to the way forward. Ronnie's catch goes the balls 1-2. You guys got my hair done. That's why I got my head in my hair, because my hair got ready. So, and Adrian, we're going to pitch me out to the way forward. Swinging the miss, not strike 3. And Alan Kemp is out. Alan Kemp, you open one with your first strikeout. So coming up next, the bat for the Phillies, we have Amanda Sosa next to bat for the Phillies. No Philly players on base. 1 out, top of the third. Here we go. Andrew Abbott got a pitch in for him on the ready board. Ronnie's catching goes the struggle on 1. Andrew Abbott got another pitch going to bring him out to the right board. Riders catching goes the balls 1-1. And Andrew Abbott got another pitch going to bring him out to the right board. And the Violent Sosa grounds out softly to the pitcher. Andrew Abbott due to the first baseman Spencer Steer in time. And the Violent Sosa's out. Violent Sosa 0-1. So coming up next, the bat for the Phillies, we have Weston Wilson against the bat of the Phillies. No Philly bears on base. 2 outs, top of the third. Here we go. Andrew Abbott got a pitch getting by Weston, right board. Riders catch the go to strike 1-0-1. And Andrew Abbott got another pitch getting by Weston, right board. And Weston Wilson grounds out to the shortstop, England De La Cruz, and doing to the first baseman, Spencer Steer in time. And Weston was out. Weston Wilson 0-1. And that's 3 runs for the Phillies. So the score, the Phillies have 0 runs, the Reds have 1 run. And moving on to the bottom of the third, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Reds turn the red. Let's see what the Reds can do with the turn the red at the bottom of the third. And the 3 red players do at the red at the bottom of the third be Spencer Steer, England De La Cruz, and McGill, and John. Hey, they want you to have fun on the trip that we're going to. I know. Doesn't go to visit for like that couple of days, cause even though I have fun with parents, I'm still thinking about it at the same time. Like, I'm like, I can't wait to get back to the city and like see her, cause next Saturday, then I'm like, oh, can't wait till the 18th. I want to see her, and then see her on Monday, and see her on 18th, 20th, and then after the 22nd, I got my extra, case manager person coming to the table, so I talk to Sophie first and let them know that you're here and stuff, so that way I can do that. So that way, go to Sonny's office and talk to her first, so that way she knows who you are and everything, and then she'll come to me and say that, just talking for a minute, so get back, I talk to me about something, so then once we done that, and then she'll leave, and then I'll give you the spend time to give you, so at least you got the chance to do that. So that's what we put on the 22nd, so yeah. The 22nd, I'm going to enjoy spending the day with most of my kids when it comes to see me. And then after that, we get Friday night baseball. We get Friday night football on the 22nd because the last preseason game for the Eagles. So, yeah, so, that's going to be exciting. So coming at the bat for the Reds, we had Spencer Steer in the bat for the Reds. The Reds players are made 0 outs, bottom of the third. Here we go. Tom Wood got a pitch in the way Spencer ready, but running catch one strike 1-1. Tom Wood got a pitch Spencer ready for it. And Spencer Steer grounds out to the second base, and Ronald Sosa, who goes to the first base and bites off in time. And Spencer Steer is out. Spencer 3 people watches 3 team 11 lights. So coming up next, the bat for the Reds, we had Emily De La Cruz for the next bat for the Reds. No Reds plays on base, 1 out, bottom of the third. Here we go. Tom Wood got a pitch getting by Ellie ready for it. Ronald catches goes, rolls 1 out. And Tom Wood got another pitch getting by Ellie ready for it. Swing and a miss, and that strike 1 is 1-1. And Tom Wood got another pitch getting by Ellie ready for it. Another pitch getting by Eli ready for it. Ronald catches goes, roll 2 to 2-1. I think it's called Ever Than the News. Yeah, if I say Ever Than the News, Ever Than the News. And Tom Walker got another pitch going for Youngly. And Tom Walker got another pitch for wait for it. And Ellen De La Cruz grounds out to the second base and Ronald Sosa due to the first base and vice up in time. Ellen De La Cruz is down. Coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have McGill. And June Joe coming next to bat for the Reds. The Reds plays on base, 2 outs, bottom third. Here we go. Tom will get a pitch in for you. Tom will get a pitch in for you, McGill. Go ready for it. Runner catch go. The strike was on 1. Tom will get a pitch for you, McGill. Go ready for it. You swing it down with the 5 balls on 2. And Tom will get a pitch in for you, McGill. Go ready for it. Runner catches goes. The balls 1 2. What's up, Mike Greeny? Yeah, Mike Greeny, the Phillies are down 1-0 to the Braves. And Tom will get a pitch in. Tom will get a pitch in for you. And Tom will get a pitch in for you, Miguel. Go ready for it. Runner catches goes. The ball 2 to 2-2. And Tom Walker got another pitch connect for Miguel. Go ready for it. Runner catches goes. The ball 3 is a 3-2 to full count. And Tom Walker got another pitch connect for Miguel. Go ready for it. And Miguel and June Joe asked for time to go. Miguel and June Joe 11 the batter to the base on. And Tom Walker got another pitch for Miguel. Go ready for it. And that is ball 4. And Miguel and June Joe is walked and will reverse the first base for the Reds. And then Tom Walker. Tom Walker, you work at first bat of the game and had to eat Miguel and Joe. Come on, man. Let's start your head. You didn't want nobody. Now you go. Yeah, just got home from work. Tom Walker just walked somebody. So, and Tom Walker's last start, he didn't want nobody. So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we had Gavin Wilson next to bat for the Reds. We got 1 minute play on first base, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Here we go. Tom Walker got a pitch in there for Gavin. Get ready for it. Runner catch goes to strike one. Runner catch goes to strike on 1. Tom Walker got a pitch for Gavin. Get ready for it. Swing and miss. That strike 2 is 0-2. I'll be back when we did. Okay, Mike Green. And Tom Walker got another pitch for you, Gavin. Get ready for it. Runner catch goes to balls 1-2. And Tom Walker got another pitch for you, Gavin. Get ready for it. And so that goes right to the Reds, and that's a single. And Gavin looks to base, the first base for the Reds. And Gavin looks singles on the ground ball to the shortstop, Trey Turner. And Miguel and June Jones will race second base. So the Reds had Gavin looks on first base. And Miguel and June Jones on second base. So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have the Marte comes next to bat for the Reds. We got Reds players on first base and second base. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Here we go. Tom Walker got a pitch in there. The Marte going for it. Runner catch goes the ball 1-0. And Tom Walker got that pitch for the Marte. Runner got Tom Walker got a pitch for the Marte going for it. Runner catch goes the ball 2-0. And Tom Walker got another pitch coming for you. No EVA. No EVA. Wait for it. He's swinging down with the 5 balls and 2-1. Time Walker got another pitch coming for you. No EVA. Wait for it. He's swinging down with the 5 balls and 2-2. And then I gotta get the DVDs for the 15 that they're gonna get that first. Before I can even think about getting the Sacrifice Ranger thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I get the first season of the 15 there, and then I get the second. And another time I get the second season of the 15 there, and once I get those, then I can cross up list, and then if I have the money, I'll get that Sacrifice Ranger thing. And time we're gonna pitch in the movie, I get ready for it. Running catch goes the ball 3, the 3-2 for Cam. Time we're gonna pitch in the movie, I get ready for it. And Nubia Monte asked for Tamuyo. And Nubia Monte divided the ball 6-1 base on. And time we're gonna pitch in the movie, Nubia get ready for it. Time we're gonna pitch and step up around. And time we're gonna pitch in the movie, I get ready for it. He's swinging down with the 5 balls, the 3-2. Yeah, don't ask that. I'm a woman, by the way, so don't be disrespectful, so. Time Walker got another pitch for you, Nubia get ready for it. Swing that one, that's another 5 balls, still 3-2. And Tom Walker got another pitch for you, Nubia get ready for it. Swing the miss, and that's strike 3, and Nubia Monte is out. Second strike of a Tom Walker, 2 Ks. And that's 3 outs for the Reds. So score the Phillies at 0-1, the Reds at 1-1. That's the end of the third leg segment. We move on to the fourth inning leg segment. It's the Phillies turn the back to 6 the Phillies with a 10 at top of the phone. And the 3 Philly Phillies in the red top of the phone will be Trey Turner, Castro, and Bryce Harper. Trey Turner's on 1, Castro's on 1, and Bryce Harper's on 1. Let's say you bought me sunshine when I only saw rain. You know me late when I only saw propane. And Tia underscore Taylor underscore I underscore die 723 said Costco is the main movie as a Cubs. Oh yeah, you a Costco fan? Are you going to Chicago Cubs? Nice. Now he's a Phillies player now, so. So coming out the bat for the Phillies, we had Trey Turner going to bat for the Phillies. No Phillies players on base. 0 outs, top of the fourth. Here we go. Andrew Evans got a pitch going to play Trey. Get ready for it. Rodney's catching go. The strike was on 1. And Andrew Evans got a pitch going to play Trey. Get ready for it. Andrew Evans got a pitch going to play Trey. Get ready for it. And Trey Turner flies out to the right field. No more take. Trey Turner's out. Trey Turner 0 for 2. Coming up next, the Raptors Phillies your 2025 National All-Star MVP Kyle Swooper. MVP, MVP, MVP. No play fans on base. 1 out, top of the fourth. Here we go. Andrew Evans got a pitch going to be Swooper. Get ready for a swing in the miss, and that strike goes on 1. And Andrew Evans got a pitch going to for you. For a Swooper. Get ready for it. You swing that was a foul was on 2. Then Castro knocked the swing the mess out of Spencer Steele. Damn, he swing that baseball and hit the catcher right in the head. Damn, Castro for a bad one. Damn, the baseball hit Spencer Steele right in the bay making points. Damn, right in the ball save. Damn. And Tyler Stephenson right in the ball saying, damn, that you gonna put that in home. And Adrian got another pitch coming for you, so we're going for it. Riley's catching goes the balls 1 and 2. You know you men hate when something gets hit in your ball sack right there because you know you broke down. And Adrian got another pitch coming for you, so we're going for it. Swinging the miss, and that strike then Castro was out. Castro, you 0 for 2. Castro, you 0 for 2 with your first strikeout. So coming up next, the bat for the Phillies, we have coming next, the bat for the Phillies, we have your 2-time MVP Bryce Harper next, the bat for the Phillies. No Phillies fans on base. 2 outs, start the ball. Here we go. Harper Nation, Harper Nation, Harper Nation. Andrew Evans got a pitch going to play Bryce Gray boy. Rodney's catching goes the walls blue. Andrew Evans got another pitch going to play Bryce Gray boy. He's swinging that with a 5-on-1-1. So Andrew Evans got another pitch going to play Bryce Gray boy. Andrew Evans got another pitch going to play Bryce Gray boy. He's swinging that with a 5-on-1-1. Andrew Evans got another pitch going to play Bryce Gray boy. Rodney's catching goes the ball 2-1. And Andrew Evans got another pitch going to play Bryce Gray boy. Swinging and miss, and that's strike 2 to 2-2. Andrew Evans got another pitch going to play Bryce Gray boy. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3, and Bryce Harper's out. Bryce Harper, you 0 for 2 with your first strikeout. 10. That's 3 outs for the Phillies, so scoring the Reds. The Phillies have 0 the Reds have 1-1. And moving on to the bottom of the fourth, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Reds turn the red, let's shoot the Reds, and you turn the red at the bottom of the fourth. And the 3 red players, the red at the bottom of the fourth will be Tyler Stephenson, Matt McGlynn, and Kevon Hayes. And this stuff is not in the stream right now because he would probably be hating this game right now because he'd be like, damn, you're saying the Phillies, it's the Reds. How you listen to them? He likes to do something, kind of stuff there, convey. The Tyler 17 to the left for the Reds. The Reds made the Reds. The Reds got the 4 here. I'm going to pitch three. Tyler running good. When the catcher goes to second to one. Tyler going to pitch Tyler running good. When the catcher goes to one. I'm going to pitch Tyler running catcher. When the catcher goes to one. Like, swing the pop on 1 2. Tyler going to pitch Tyler running catcher goes 1 2 and 2. Tyler going to pitch Tyler. Tyler steps to ground out to the shortstop. Trey taking the first base and right out room. So coming up next, the bat for the Reds, we have Matt McGlynn. This is the Reds. The Reds plays the Reds. 1 up, bottom of the fifth. Bottom of the fourth, here we go. Time of the pitch, we McGlynn runs out to the third base. Allen King to the first base and Bryce Harper in time. So coming up next, the bat for the Reds, we have Keith Hayes. And this plays the Reds, we got number plays the Reds. 2 outs, bottom of the fourth, here we go. Time of the pitch, we keep right running because it goes 1 0. Time of the pitch, we keep right running because it goes 2 0. Time of the pitch, we keep right Hayes flies out to the center fielder, Harrison Bader, and keep right Hayes down. And that's 3 outs for the Reds. So for the Phillies are 0-1. So the Reds have one, and that's the end of the fourth. We go move on to the fifth inning. It's the Phillies on the Reds. So the Phillies need to turn the Red top of the field. The deep Phillies the Red top of the field will be Jake Torino, Nick Castillo, and Harrison Bader. So come up the bat for the Phillies, we have JT Real coming about the Phillies. No Phillies raise the Rays, 0 outs, top of the field, he will. Andrew Abbott gonna pitch to JT, one catch the string one. Andrew Abbott gonna pitch to JT, one catch the 1-1. Andrew Abbott gonna pitch to JT, one catch the strike 2 1 and 2. Andrew gonna pitch to JT soon, one catch the 1 2 and 2. Andrew Abbott gonna pitch to JT soon, as 5 1 2 and 2. Andrew gonna pitch to JT soon, and 5 1 2 2 and 2. Andrew Abbott gonna pitch to JT soon, that goes right to the red. JT Wheeler running at first, stop at second. JT Wheeler got a W. JT Wheeler got a W. And JT Wheeler got a hit. JT Wheeler's 1 for 2, yo. And this is JT Wheeler's 22nd double on the 21st season. A shot run drive to the center fielder. Center fielder TJ and affected by the right fielder. And then one take. Come to the next step after the Phillies. We have Nick Castillo next to the Phillies. No one free player second base. 0 outs, top of the field. Here we go. Nick does it. Nick does it. Nick does it. And Adrian gonna pitch because he has a swing with strike 1. Adrian gonna pitch because he has a 1 1. Adrian gonna pitch because he has a swing with and that's strike 2 1 2. Adrian gonna pitch because he has a 1 2 2. Adrian gonna pitch because he has a swing with 5 1 2 2. Adrian gonna pitch because he has Nick Castillo pops out to the first base and switches to the foul territory. Nick Castillo's out. Coming next to bat for the Phillies, we got here's the bat next to bat for the Phillies. Got 1 free play on second base. 1 out. Top of the field, here we go. Adrian gonna pitch for you here to 1 catch 1 1. Adrian gonna pitch here to 5 1. 1. Adrian gonna pitch you here to 1 catch 1 2 1. Adrian gonna pitch you here to swing miss that's strike 2 2 2. Adrian gonna pitch you here to Harrison Bader flies out to the center field. And then tell you what it is the best out, but JT Real versus the Rays. So coming up next to bat the Phillies, we got Allen King next to bat the Phillies. No Philly got 1 free play third base. 2 outs, about top of the field, here we go. Adrian gonna pitch you out of 1 catch 1 1. Adrian gonna pitch you out of 1 catch 1 2 0. Adrian gonna pitch you out of the way for an Allen King runs out to the shortstop. Olivia Cruz to the first base, is the steal, and Allen came down. That's 2 outs to the Phillies, so it's cool. The Phillies have 0, the Reds have 1 1. And moving on to the bottom of the field, where you go, is the Reds from the red. Let's see the Reds do the turn at the bottom of the field. The 3 red players at the bottom of the field with TJ, Bronny, Spencer Steele, and Olivia Cruz. So come up the bat for the Reds, you have TJ Bronny going to bat for the Reds, now Red plays on base. 0 outs, bottom of the field, here we go. Tom going to pitch to TJ, the swing that ball going to pitch to the strike 1. I'm going to pitch to TJ, TJ Bronny bounce out to the second base, and Bryce Harper. And then the pitch to Tom, send the pitch back in time, TJ Bronny's out. Coming next to bat coming next to bat for the Reds, we have Spencer Steele, this bat the Reds, now Red plays on base, 1 out, bottom of the field, here we go. Time one got a pitch connect for you. Spencer ready going. And Spencer Steele flies out to the right field. Nick Castellanos puts two down. From the next event for the Rays, Eli De La Cruz connects the bat for the Rays, and the Rays play some Rays. 2 outs by the fifth him go. Time one got a pitch to Eli runs soon with strike one. Time one got a pitch to Eli when they could go on. Time one got a pitch to Eli soon as 5-1-2. Time one got a pitch to Eli when they could go 1-2-2. Time one got a pitch to Eli. Eli De La Cruz lines out to the center fielder Harrison Bader, and Eli De La Cruz down. That's 3 outs for the Rays, so it's smooth. The Rays have the Rays are smooth. The Phillies have 0. The Rays have 1-1. And that's the end of the fifth. What he did was move on to the sixth inning. What he did is the Phillies turned the Reds into the Phillies knew to turn the Reds about top of the city. The 3 Phillies Reds in top of the city: Martin Sills and Rustin Wilson and Kyle Swindler. Martin Sills and Rustin Wilson and Trey Turner. So come out the bat for the Phillies. We have Martin Sills coming back for the Phillies. No Philly Reds on base. 0 outs, top of 60 million. And then the pitch on the street. One goes right to the grass, and that's a single. Martin Sills doing base, the first base for the Phillies. And Martin Sills the other hit. Martin Sills 1 for 2, y'all. And Martin Sills singled on line drive to center field to for on the next bat of the Phillies. Got Weston was the next bat of the Phillies. Got Woodbury at first base. 0 outs, top of 60 million. Andrew got a 50 Weston, so we got a 5-1-1. Weston to Andrew got a 50 Weston. Right as soon as strike 2, no 2. And AJ got a 50 Weston. As soon as right catch 1-1-2. AJ got a 50 Weston. Right catch 1-1-2-2. AJ got a 50 Weston. Soon as 5-1-2-2. And AJ got a 50 Weston. Soon right catch goes to strike 3. And Weston was out. Weston was the over 2 in your first strikeout. And coming next about the Phillies, you got Trey Turner about the Phillies. No Phillies versus Rays. Without top of the 60 million. You're going to pitch to Trey Wayborn. Trey Turner flies out to the 1 field. Gavin runs, and Trey Turner's out. Trey Turner over 3. So coming next about the Phillies, you got your 2025 National All-Star MVP Council and MVP. No Phillies player, you got 1 Phillies player at first base, 2 outs, at the top of 6 here you go. And you got a pitch to swing with swing with straight north. And you're going to pitch to swing with swing the 5-1-2. And you're going to pitch to swing with catch 1-1-2. And you're going to pitch to swing with catch 1-1-2-2. And you're going to pitch to swing with catch 1-3-3-2 for kill. And you're going to pitch to swing the 5-1-2-2. And you're going to pitch to swing with swing with another 5-1-3-2. And you're going to pitch to swing with right for Costco, pass out to the shortstop. You're going to do the Costco was out. Charles will be over 3 your first strikeout. That's 3 outs for the Phillies. So it's going the Phillies are doing the Reds have 1-1 to the bottom of the 6th. Together it's the Reds turn the Reds to the Reds and the turn the Reds to the bottom of the 6th. The 3 red players to the Reds the bottom of the 6th. Miguel and Junior John, Gavin Woods, and Lillian Monte. Don't call me bro. Number 1, don't call me bro Irish. Don't ever call me bro. So coming up the bat for the Rays, we have Miguel and Junior going to have the Rays. The Rays on base, 0 outs, bottom of 6 here. Time 1 going to pitch me, Miguel about to catch going straight 1. Time 1 going to pitch Miguel and swing the 5-1-2. Time 1 going to pitch Miguel about to catch 1-1-2. Time 1 going to pitch Miguel about to catch 1-2-2. Time 1 going to pitch Miguel Miguel. And again. And June Joe flies out to the center field of Harrison Batter. Here we go. And June Joe is out. And coming up next to bat for the Reds, we got Gavin Wilson next to bat for the Reds. No red first on base. One out. Top bottom of 6. Here we go. I'm going to get a pitch for you, Gavin. Ready for one. Gavin Wilson grounds out to the shortstop. Trey Turner goes to the first base and vice up in time. Gavin Wilson is out. Coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have no guy. Montego next to bat for the Reds. And Reds plays the Reds. 2 runs, bottom of 6. Here we go. Tom will get a pitch in there, ready for run the catch goes ball blue. Tom will get a pitch, ready for run the catch goes ball 2 now. Tom will get a pitch, ready for you swing. That was a 5 balls to 2-1. And they were trying to get out here with the Dodgers stuff. No, tell my Dodgers up in here. And Tom will get a pitch, ready for it. Run the catch goes ball 3 to 3-1. And Tom will get a pitch, ready for it. Run that catch goes to strike 2 to 3-2 to full count. And Tom will get another pitch for nowhere. Martinez for Tom will nowhere. Martinez got the regular season base one with the Tom will get another pitch for wood. He swing that one goes right into the grass, and that's a single. And then Martinez will base the first base for the Reds. And then Martinez singles on a line drive to the center field of Harrison Bader. There Harrison. So come, oh yeah, number 8. Yeah, who used to win number 8 in the Reds? Oh wait, was that the Castellanos though? So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have Tyler Stevenson next to bat for the Reds. We got one red player on first base. 2 outs, bottom 6. Here we go. And Tom Walker to the pitch. Tom Walker to the pitch for Stevenson ready for it. Tom Walker to the pitch onto his first base and vice over the mixture there. Then we will take out the first base, baby. Pick a 10 to 1 at first base. And Tom Walker got another pitch in there for you. For you, Stevenson, ready for it. Swing that when the power was on 1. And Tom Walker another pitch for you, Stevenson, ready for it. And Thomas Stevenson runs out to third base and Autumn King and doing the first base and vice out in time. And Thomas Stevenson's out, and that's 3 outs for the Reds. So it's going to be the Phillies up there was the Reds have 1-1. And that's the end of the 6th league game. We're going to the 7th league game. It's the Phillies turn the red. Let's see the Phillies do the turn the red top of 7. The 3 Philly plays the red top of 7. Bryce Harper, JT and Nick Castellanos. Bryce Harper's over 2 and strikeout. Bryce Harper's over 2 and strikeout. JT was 1 for 2 with a double. And Nick Castellanos over 2. What's up, Junkie? You gonna say, yeah, I hope Landon Dickinson's okay, yeah. Cause that injury he had doing open practice is bad. And that's like, that's, it's not even the regular season yet, and you already get injured in open practice. That's like, Shout out to 8 people watching the stream with the 16 likes. So coming to bat for the Phillies, we got two-time MVP Bryce Harper coming to bat for the Phillies. No Philly Bears on base. 0, top of 7. Here we go. Herbert Nation. Herbert Nation. Herbert Nation. And Andrew we got the pitch coming by Bryce. Get ready for it. He's swinging that one. He's swinging that one. And it rolls down the first base line. And Bryce Harper runs around first. Stop at second. Bryce Harper got a W. Bryce Harper got a W. Bryce Harper got a hit. He's 1 for 3 on. And Bryce Harper got a W. Bryce Harper got a hit. He's 1 for 3 on. And this is Bryce Harper's 27 double on the short line drive to the right fielder, Numia Morte. I'm talking about Bryce. I finally got a hit. Finally got a hit. Twenty-seven double this season. So coming up next to bat for the Phillies, we got J2 Music next to bat for the Phillies. No, we got one big player on second base. 0, top of 7. Here we go. Andrew, we got a pitch going to play JT. Go ready for it. Riley's catch to go to strike 1 on 1. And Andrew, we got another pitch going to play JT. Go ready for it. Riley's catch is going to he's swinging that one. That's a 5-0 zone 2. And Andrew, we got another pitch going to play JT. Go ready for it. And JT really grounds out to the shortstop. Illinois Cruz goes to the first base. Spencer Steele in time. JT is out. JT 1 for 3. But Bryce Harper base to third base. Bryce Harper is 90 feet away from home plate. Coming up next to bat the Phillies, we got Nick Castellanos next to bat the Phillies. We got one big player on third base. 1 out, top of 7. Here we go. Nick Dustin. Nick Dustin. Nick Dustin. Andrew we got a pitch going to play Castellanos. Ready for it. Right, the balls in third. The balls will go. Andrew we got another pitch going to play Castellanos. Ready for it. Right. Run. Did it? No, don't tell me that. Dang it. And Nick Castellanos flies into a double plane to the right fielder, Numia Morte to the catcher, Tyler Stevenson. And Bryce Harper is out at home plate. And that's the rest of the Phillies. So it's going to the Phillies 0-0. The Reds have 1-1 to the bottom of the 7, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Reds turn the regular season. The Reds new turn the red at the bottom of the 7. And the 3 red players that at the bottom of the 7 will be Matt McGlynn, Pete Ryan Hayes, and TJ Brennan. We can't do nothing. I know, that was this whole game. The Phillies going to score no runs. No runs for 7 freaking innings. We got 3 hits. The Reds got 6 hits. We second right now. How do we go from sweeping the freaking Rangers on the weekend, but then we come to Cincinnati on a Monday. We can't even hit them. And we making Andrew Abbott like he's the best, like he's better pitcher than Tom Walker right now. Jeez. Another 41 CD with 17 legs. Oh no! Ladies and gentlemen, guess who's in the game? Guess who's in the game, Phillies fans? Jordan Romano! Oh my god. What you Rob Thompson, why would you put Jordan Romano in the game? That went down 1-0. The pitch change to the Phillies. So Tom Wilkins and pitcher tonight. You come to pitch to the Phillies. Come to pitch to the Phillies. Be Jordan Romano. So Tom Wilkins with 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 0 home runs at 3.39 ERA. The come at the bat for the Reds, we had Matt McGlynn, come next to bat the Reds, and Red plays a very serious about 7. Here we go. Jordan Romano got a pitch in there, but you may get ready for Ryan Catcher goes strike on 1. Jordan Romano got a pitch, you may swing the Reds at strike 2 is 0-2. And Jordan Romano got another pitch in there, but you may get ready for 1. There's no words to say right now. And Matt McGlynn pops out to the first base and right side. Matt McGlynn is out. Coming up next to bat for the Reds, we had Keegan Hayes, and next to bat for the Reds, and the Reds plays the Reds. 1 out, top bottom 7, here we go. Jordan Romano got a pitch in there, but keep going, get ready for it. Runner catches those balls on them. And Jordan Romano got another pitch in there, but you keep going, get ready for it. You're right, Tyrone did pitch okay, but he ain't getting no rest of a blade. And Keegan Hayes grounds out to the shortstop Trey Turner, due to the first base and right side anytime. Keegan Hayes is out. So coming up next, the bat for the Reds, we had TJ Brady, next to bat for the Reds, and the Reds plays the Reds, 2 outs, bottom of 7, here we go. Jordan Romano got another pitch, Jordan Romano got a pitch, going to TJ, get ready for it. Right now, catching those balls on out. Yeah. And Jordan Romano got another pitch, going to TJ, get ready for it. Right now, catching those, the strike 1 is 1-1. And Jordan Romano got another pitch, going to TJ, get ready for it. Swinging that one goes right into the stands, and that's a 5 balls, 1-2. And Jordan Romano got another pitch, going to TJ, get ready for it. Right now, catching Jordan Romano got another pitch for TJ, get ready for it. Right now, catching goes roll 2 to 2-2. Yeah, Bryson was on third, and then as soon as Castellanos did that play, Bryson was trying to get the home plane, try to score out first run, and then he got tagged. Then Bryson gets tagged out at home plane. And Tom was and Jordan Romano got another pitch coming for you. TJ ready for it. Swinging and missing that strike 3. TJ throws out. First strikeout for Jordan Romano, 1K. And that's 3 outs for the Reds. So score the Phillies have 0 runs. The Reds have 1 run. That's the end of 7, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the 8th inning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Phillies turn the Reds. Let's see what the Phillies can do to turn the Reds at the top of the game. And the 3 fitting players in the Reds top of the game will be Harrison Bader, Adam Cave, and Amon Sosa. Yeah, the Phillies did wake up. They went through 7 innings, couldn't do nothing. What do you think about doing the Phillies said we can't lose Kyle Swimmer? Yeah, because if you lose Kyle Swimmer, you're gonna play for this team that we playing right now. He wants to play for this team that we playing right now. He wants to get traded in. Because if you lose Kyle Swimmer to the fucking Reds and then they get him, then it's like, oh well, you got him to give him the best thing in the game. You don't want Castro to go to play for the same team that Nick Castellanos used to play for. You don't want that, because you don't want that. You don't want Castro to do that, because then you just send him to Nick Castellanos' own team, just getting them one of the best hitters they got. And then that's just going like saying, you know what? So coming at the bat for the Phillies, we have Harrison Bader coming to bat for the Phillies. Coming next coming at the bat for the Phillies, we have Harrison Bader coming to bat for the Phillies. No Philly fans on base. 0 outs, top of the 8th. Here we go. Andrew Abbott got a pitch going to be Harrison waiting for it. Ronnie's going to go strike 1-1. Andrew Abbott got another pitch going to be Harrison waiting for it. Swinging the miss, and that's strike 2-2. And Andrew Abbott got another pitch going to be Harrison waiting for it. You swing it down, that's a 5-0-2. And Andrew Abbott got another pitch going to be Harrison waiting for it. Swinging the miss, and that's strike 3. Harrison Bader's down. Harrison Bader, you 0 for 3 with your first strikeout. So coming up next, the bat for the Phillies, we got Aldo Kim next to bat for the Phillies. No Philly fans on base. 1 out, top of the 8th. Here we go. I2. And Andrew Abbott got a pitch going. Andrew Abbott got a pitch going to I2 ready for it. Ronnie's catching goes to strike 1-1. What's up, Eli? What's up, Elvis? Yeah, Elvis, man, you good thing you here. I wish you would have came to the stream yesterday. Elvis, because Winston was asking about you. He said if you come to the stream and stuff, he wants you to come back and stuff. So he was asking about you yesterday. Like I think it was yesterday. Yeah, he wanted to know like you would come. Yeah. And Andrew Abbott got another pitch for you. Get ready for it. Ronnie catch goes 1-1. And Andrew Abbott got another pitch for you. Get ready for it. Ronnie catch goes 2-1. Andrew Abbott got another pitch for you. Get ready for it. Swinging the miss, strike 2-2. Andrew Abbott got another pitch for you. Get ready for it. I don't care if what time are you on. I don't care if I'm in the back since it's one more baseball. Yeah, Eli, you were crazy. You were so much fun in that first Eagles stream that I did. Yeah. And then if you come to the one on Wednesday, well, if you come to the one on this Saturday, oh my God. Wait, Evans, I got a question for you, man. Are you going to go to are you going to that Eagles game on Saturday? The one that's at 1 p.m.? Because that's a 1 p.m. game. Are you going to go to that you going to the Eagles second the preseason game on this Saturday coming up? Because, yeah, Andrew Abbott got a pitch going for you. I'll take it, but swing the miss and that strike 3. I don't care if it's out. I don't care if you 0 for 3 with your second strikeout. So coming up next to bat for the Phillies, we got Amanda Sosa next to bat for the Phillies. No Philly fans on base. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Here we go. Andrew Abbott got a pitch for you. Andrew Abbott got a pitch for you. Amanda going for one catch goes ball blue. Andrew Abbott got a pitch for you. Amanda going for swinging out with a 5-1-1. I had fun with you when you all was hunting for something for some hang over here. Don't say I was made this morning. Come on, don't do that, Star Wars. Don't do that. Yeah, Andrew got another pitch. Andrew Abbott got another pitch gonna be Andrew Abbott got another pitch for you. Ronnie going for it. Ronnie catch goes the ball 2-1. Yeah, Andrew Abbott got another pitch for you. Ronnie going for it. Right. Ronnie catch goes the strike 2 to 2-2. I might try to get that game. If I might try to cover that game if I come home from our vacation trip. Cause we going from the 13th to the 16th, so we're back Saturday. So If I do get home with enough time for that to get back home for the trip, because my legacy back to Philadelphia. If I don't, then I'll do the 1 to 22nd. So I know the 1 to 22nd you're not gonna be able to go that one because that's in New Jersey. So yeah, so yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna pitch for you, I'm going for it. And if I'm supposed to ask for time, I'm supposed to give up in the bed system with baseballs. And yeah, I'm gonna pitch for you, I'm going for it. Swing that one goes right into the grass, and that's a single. And if I'm supposed to base the first base for the Bears, I'm supposed to get another hit. And I'm supposed to 2 for 3 and I'm supposed to singles on a line drive to the right field in the middle of rotating. For now. Yeah, it was tell Star Wars what's up, man. You're not boring, cause you're not. So coming up next to bat the Phillies we have. Coming next to bat the Phillies we have Weston Wilson next to bat the Phillies. We got 1 3 for first base, 2 outs, top of the 8. Here we go. And don't call me bro, Andre. I'm not. Don't call me bro. And yeah, we got a pitch for you, Weston going for it. Ronnie's catch goes to Rose with him. And yeah, we got another pitch gonna be Weston going for it. Adrian gonna pitch me Weston one catch goes well. Adrian gonna pitch me Weston going for it. He's swinging that one, and Wilson will lead to one. Wilson was running first, stopping second. Wilson got a W. Wilson got a heat, 1 for 3 on. This is Wilson's second double, 21 season on the line drive to left field and Gavin Lewis. And the Phillies scored a run. So the score is the Phillies have 1-1. The Reds have 1-1. Tie base again, ladies and gentlemen. And the Phillies get the first run score at the top of the 8th thanks to Amanda Sosa. Game's tied at 1. Now you can take that back, Star Wars. You can take that back and say the Phillies are losing 1-0 now. You can take that back. You can take that back right now. But you just said that when you just wrote, you gotta just erase what you wrote. What you just said, the Phillies are losing 1. So now you just got that first one. So I was gonna take that back what he just said, because now. Everybody calls me Mashby on YouTube anyway. Star Wars call me Mashby, what's next call me Mashby, so yeah. So coming up next, the bat of the Phillies, we got Trey Turner next to bat of the Phillies. You got 1 for Ebert on second base, 2 outs, top of the 8. Here we go. Adrian, we got the pitch going to be Trey Greenberg. Ron's catch goes to Rose with him. Adrian, we got the pitch going to be Trey Greenberg. Swinging at the 5-1-1. See, when Edwards came in here, the Phillies will actually scored a run. So technically, it was like good luck. Because when Edwards was not in the street the whole time, the Phillies were not doing anything. So, you know. Adrian, we got another pitch going to be Trey Greenberg. He's swinging down when the 5-1 and 2. The only thing better than the Eagles game was this. It was. You must have had fun at the strip club with your friends, man. You must have party hard again, man. And Andrew got another pitch going to bring Trey ready for it. And running catch goes to roll 2-2-2. Andrew got another pitch going to bring Trey ready for it. I got something to say right now. Cause you know what? Keep the good luck times rolling. He's swinging down, goes right to the grass. That's a single. Trey Turner makes the first base for the Bears. Trey Turner got heat, 1 for 4, yo. And Trey Turner singles on the line drive to the left field of Gavin Lewis. And Trey Turner evades the third base on the throw in by the left field of Gavin Lewis. And the Phillies scored another run, so it's going. The Phillies have 2 runs. And the Phillies took the lead, so it's going. The Phillies have 2 runs. The Reds have 1 run. The Phillies get the second one score on the top of the 8th thanks to Weston Wilson. Now it's 2-1 Phillies. Reds, you had us all 7 innings, 1-0. We come to the 8th, and we got our first run off of you, and then we got our second one off of you. Oh, hello, we woke the freak up. The Phillies woke the freak up now. Yeah, so now I was just saying, the Phillies woke up now. Yeah, they were sleeping the whole time, but they woke up. They said, you know what? We played some baseball today. Oh, you didn't get home till 5 in the morning? Dang, it was. Now what Star Wars? Now you can't say this game boring, Star Wars. You can't say the game boring no more. Cause you can't say the game boring no more now. I know you came in. You came in. Yeah, you came in the top. You came in the second. You came in late. I know, but whoever's coming in here now may make the first point of play good now. That's the whole reason he's a good luck charm. So we got the Reds manager coming up to the mound to talk to Andrew Evans. That ain't good. He's taking out the game. Pitching change for the Reds. Yeah, they both come at the same time, but you came in the stream first, Star Wars, and the Phillies still couldn't hit. But then once Edwards came in here, then the Phillies started hitting. It's like, yo, I think Edwards was the good luck charm because once he came in after you, then that's when everything just started, clicking. Sit down, don't call nobody stupid. So bad you. Do I get you when you become famous? Well, I'm already TikTok famous anyway, so I'm well known on TikTok anyway, because people know, yeah, so. So pitch change for the Reds. So Andrew Evans done pitcher for the day. For the night, and here come pitcher for the night. Coming to pitch for the Reds, Tony Santillan. So coming up next, the bat for your Phillies, your 2025 National All-Star MVP, Kyle Swim. MVP. And we got one people on third base, 2 outs, top of the 8. Here we go. And Tony got a pitch for Ace Moore. Roddy catch goes balls low. And Tony got another pitch for Ace Moore. Go ahead, boy. You swing that, go high the angle. Wait a minute, that ball's going, gone! 2-run home run for Kyle Swim, and the Phillies extended the lead. So the score is the Phillies have 4 runs, the Reds have 1-1. The Phillies we get a 2-run score in the top of the 8th, thanks to Trey Turner and Kyle Swimmer's 2-run home run. And Kyle Swimmer got hit. He's 1 for 4, yo. This is Kyle Swimmer's 42nd home run on a 5-ball to the right field. Kyle Swimmer got 42 home runs. He almost getting close to 50. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Kyle Swimmer got a score. We got a score. The Reds had us for 7 innings. They had our number. Then the Phillies woke up in the 8th inning and started playing some goddamn baseball. Star Wars said Phillies, wake up Phillies. And what the Phillies do? They listen to what you said, Star Wars, and they woke up. And then once you and Eli were both in the stream, when you and Elvis came both in the stream, the Phillies started hitting because Elvis was the good luck charm. But then once you said when the Phillies wake up, that's when the Phillies started hitting because they had the good luck charm of Elvis being in here. Then when you said the Phillies wake up, so pretty much the Phillies woke up because of what you said, and then when Elvis being the good luck charm, they started hitting. So yeah, that happened. That happened. So. What I just happened in the game? Like Papa said, thanks for coming in. They just everything to say we'll find out this week. Oh yeah, about the injury. Yeah. How you get injured in open practice though? Like you're going against your own teammates and stuff. It's not like Now, Castleman got to get past Kyle Winner, who got 45 home runs. If you get past him, if you get past him, then we know he's getting there. What's up, Justin? No, I don't play for the Phillies. I'm a fan. And Philly fans don't allow to wear the jerseys. We don't play for the team. We buy the jerseys because it's merchandise. You don't know the difference between merchandise and actually playing for the team. You play for the team, you have a locker, you have everything. So we actually are fans. Fans are different than the players because we don't play for the team. We buy merchandise. So how you don't know them? Yeah, Eli, you need to come over, man. Yeah, Eli, you need to come. Eli, you need to come to every Eagles home game that I'm covering this season for the Eagles. You need to come to every home. You need to come to every stream for the Phillies home games. For the Eagles home games I'm covering. And on top of that, Eli, on top of that, Edwards, you need to come to every Eagles home game that I'm covering on YouTube. And you need to go to every Eagles home game too, so we can have fun again with you, get all messed up again. So coming up next, the Nevada Phillies, you got your 2,000 MP, right? Something against the Nevada Phillies. No Philly fans on base. 2 outs, top of the eighth. Here we go. Harbor Nation. Harbor Nation. Harbor Nation. And Tony on the pitch game, right? Running pitch goes well through. Tony on the pitch game, right? The right side lines out sharply to the right field. No one more take. And right side was down. Right side, you 1 for 4 with your first strikeout. And that's 3 outs to the Phillies. So it's what the Phillies have 4 runs. The Reds have 1 run. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Reds turning the red. Let's see the Reds and the turn the red. The bottom of the 8th. The 3 red first, 3 red. The bottom of the 8th with Spencer Steer, Elon Dylan Cruz, and Miguel and June John. Anything for you, anything for you, Star Wars. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that for you, Star Wars. I'll do that for you, man. Cause since you said so, since you said I said I let my model decide who get to be mod tonight. And since you said he can be a mod, then I'll do that. Yeah, I'm gonna continue in. First team, Eugene, garbage for you. I haven't been good since. You know what, Justin? Get the hell out of here. Cause you need to go. You need to freaking go. Cause you being disrespectful, so. Yeah, when he comes back, he knows he'll moderate it soon. Whatever you do, Star Wars, next time that Wednesday comes to the stream, don't tell Wednesday that Evans, well, you can tell Evans that he's a moderator because anyway, Wednesday's like the Evans anyway, so. Guess who's pitching in the game, y'all? So pitching change for the Phillies. So pitching change for the Phillies. So Jordan Romero is done pitching for the done pitching tonight. Coming to pitch for the Phillies for his first time for the Phillies. So turn back to the Phillies for the 3rd time this season. That was the only David Robinson's son. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, David Robinson is in the game, y'all. Yes, the guy we called from AAA, y'all. And the best substitution, y'all. Buddy Marshall, who plays left field, and Weston Wilson batting 9 for left field. The best substitution for switches for Marshall from second base to third base. And substitution, Buddy Stop plays third base, and Otto King playing batting 7 playing second base. So coming up the bat for the Reds, we had Spencer Steele in the bat for the Reds. No way plays on base, 0 outs, bottom 8, here we go. David Robinson's son got a pitch in there, William Spencer, running catch on the blue. David Robinson's son got another pitch, Spencer, running catch on the blue, 2-0. David Robinson second their pitch to Spencer right catching on the ball 3-0. David Robinson second their pitch to Spencer get ready for it. And that is ball 4. And Spencer Senior is 1. And missed the first base for the Reds. Way to go, David Robinson, son. You're walking first bat again. Heavy Spencer Steele. And that's your first time. It's first time back to the Phillies. Since we traded you the other time, we should never done it. Come on, now. So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we got Elon Dylan Cruz. So next to bat for the Reds, we got 1 red player first base. 0 outs, bottom 8, here we go. David Robinson's son got a pitch for Eli, get ready for it. Running catching on the strike 1. David Robinson's son got a pitch for Eli, get ready for it. Running catching on the strike 2-2. David Robinson's son got a pitch for Eli, running, that ball's in there, the ball's 1-2. And David Robinson's son got a pitch for Eli, get ready for it. He's swinging down with the ball was 1-2. Yeah, Star says okay to make you a mod anyway, it was. I think so. I'm a mod. You part of the mod squad. You part of the mod squad with me, Wednesdays, Star Wars, King Jaden 76. So you part of my squad with with Star Wars 99, Wednesdays, King Jaden 76, and then a bunch of the other moderators I have, like I think FXN, I think it's on this pod, and also who's the other one? Let's Get Wonder. Yeah, he's another moderator who doesn't come around much like that, but yeah, so yeah. Yeah, so it's the one that I asked him. Asked him, yeah, he asked me to be mine because I like when people ask him. And David Robinson sung another picture where he like way more. He wasn't in the Coons lines out to the center field and Harrison Value. Yeah, that was your mod name, so pretty much you got to do all the mod stuff, so pretty much Elvis now. Now you're part of my squad now, so so now you get to have fun to chat. But make sure when you have fun to chat, Elvis, don't be saying anything sexual or anything like that, because we don't want to be over. So coming up next, the bat for the Reds, we got Miguel and Dune John coming next to the bat for the Reds. We got one red player first base, one out about the 8. Here we go. David Robinson's son gonna pitch to number Miguel Gray for running catch goes strike 1-1. And David Robinson's son gonna pitch to Miguel Gray for running catch goes balls 1-1. And David Robinson's son gonna pitch to Miguel Gray for running catch goes balls 2-1. John Smith, don't say nobody's dying for attention. Every YouTuber, every YouTuber that come that's on that does the Philly stream are not dying for attention. I cover the Phillies. I do Phillies live favorite plays. Call me Jay does live favorite plays in the Phillies. Play by play with JJ does the calls the Philly games, and also Philly halftime. So don't say we all desperate for attention. Don't say we all desperate for attention. That's crazy, man. Say we all desperate for attention, And Dave Robinson said, got another pitch coming up for you. And McGann going for running catch goes ball 2-1. And Dave Robinson said, another pitch and McGann running swing at 5-1-2. And Dave Robinson said, another pitch and McGann going for running catch goes to strike 3. And McGann and Jerome Joe is out. First strikeout for Dave Robinson's son, 1K. And I'm saying we all don't contribute nothing for doing this. People like when I do my game rapid plays, so that person need to get out of here because John Smith don't know what the hell he's talking about, and we all don't contribute nothing. We all don't contribute nothing. You're just vesting for attention. It's YouTube, man. Everybody's a YouTuber, and people get famous for that. People going live is an opportunity for you to talk to your fans, but you don't just go live just talking about anything. You just don't go live just for doing nothing. Just you actually when you go live, you gotta actually you gotta make sure your live stream be about something. You gotta have substance for your live stream. You can have a Q&A live stream. You can have a dancing live stream. You can have a gaming live stream if you want to, or you can have like a live favorite play live stream. Just something like what I'm doing. So I know, Elvis. I'm just saying. I was just telling you that. I know. I was just saying it for you because that's all I'm saying. Yeah, for somebody to say that, about nothing productive. Like, come on now. Even the Philly captain goes live and stuff. Like, think that you can come and tell him the way he does, let him go live is not bringing substance. Okay. Yeah, you're a personal now, so that's what matters with you. Yeah, so coming up next to bat for the Reds, we got Gavin Luskin next to bat the Reds. We got one playing first base, 2 outs, top of the 8, long 8, here we go. David Robinson sung on the pitch, and Gavin get ready for it. This one goes right in the grass, and that's a single. And Gavin Luskin makes the first base for the Reds. And Gavin Luskin singles on a line drive to the right field, and Nick Cassiano. And Spencer Steering Reds second base. So the Reds had Gavin Luskin first base, and Spencer Steering on second base. So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have November will take next to bat the Reds. We got red players on first base, second base, 2 outs, top out here, here we go. And David Robinson got the pitch in there, but nobody going for the swing. That's 5-1. And And then Robinson in the pitch beat nobody going but and nobody more take ground to a fourth shot to the third baseman and Mother Soldier to the second baseman, Barton Stein, and Gavin Lux is out at second base, and that's 3 out to the Reds. So scoring the Phillies have 4 runs, the Reds have 1 run, and that's the end of the 8th, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the 9th and final inning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Phillies turning the bag with 2 the base and then turn the red top of the 9th. And the 3 Philly players to the red top of the 9th will be J.T. Muto, Nick Castellanos, Harrison Batten. J.T. Muto is 1 for 3 with the Devil. Nick Castellanos over 3. And Harrison Bass over 3 with a strikeout. Yeah, John Smith don't know what he's talking about. Elvis trying to say people gonna lie, they ain't contributing no substance, and they just dying for attention. If you would have came to something, if you would have came to my streams on TikTok and would have said like, oh, me going live on TikTok, I ain't giving no substance. Yeah, people like my singing live stream. I actually bring substance when I do my streams on TikTok. I actually sing on live, so I'm actually doing something that entertains people. So there you go. When me doing live play-by-play is entertaining the people. That's entertaining. That's being a play-by-play announcer. Once John Smith doesn't understand that being a live play-by announcer is a job I'm doing on YouTube. So I'm doing the same thing with Tom McCarthy and John Cook does all the time. So try to say that nobody giving stuff, just begging for attention. Come on now. That's like you tell somebody begging for attention. Come on now, say somebody begging for attention. Nobody's begging for attention though. Like, come on, man. Say somebody begging for attention. That's like, you're not contributing anything. That's a hater right there because you hate on somebody's success. That's what it is. So coming at the bat for the Phillies, we have J.T. Muto coming bat for the Phillies. No Philly players on base. 0 outs. Top of the 9th. Here we go. Even people tell somebody, oh, you're not bringing no substance. You ain't doing this. Like what they know. They don't do the same stuff. They don't do the same stuff I do. Do the same stuff I do before you start commenting shit. Because then that way at least you got a brain. Cause don't be trying to tell somebody, oh, like they ain't doing what they doing because the pin change for the Reds. So Tony says there's a pitch night coming pitch for the Reds will be Scott Barlow. Coming to the bat for the Phillies, we got J.T. Muto going to bat for the Phillies. No Phillies players on base. 0 outs. Top of the 9th. Here we go. Scott got a pitch going to be J.T. Wade, but J.T. Muto flies out to the center field. T.J. Maloney, and then J.T. Muto down. J.T. Muto, you 1 for 4. Coming next to bat the Phillies, we got Nick Castellanos next to bat the Phillies. No Phillies players on base. 1 out. Top of the 9th. Here we go. Nick does stick. And Scott Barlow got a pitch going to be Castellanos. Swing that 5-1. And Scott Barlow got another pitch between Castellanos. Running catch goes below the 1. And Scott Barlow got another pitch between Castellanos and Wayne. We swing it down with the 5-1-2. Swing it down goes right to the stand at the 5-1-2. Nelson, what's the matter to you? John Smith, he was the real Aaron Smith trying to hang. I'm not really. And Scott Barlow got another pitch going to Castellanos and Wayne, but running catch goes below 2-2-2. He tells her someday you're going to broadcast for the Eagles and that's 3 for the win. I don't know about that because I don't know if I want to be able to do all that. Because, I don't know about that. I just like doing it for fun on YouTube. So. And Scott Barlow got another pitch going to Castellanos and Wayne. He's swinging down when there's a 5-2-2. Yeah, I'm just doing it for fun though. So, Cause I'm telling you, I cover the games in a way like a fan would do it. Cause I do that from a fan who watches the games and all that stuff all the time, and I never really cover the games on YouTube. So I figure like I'm doing it as a fan who been watching the Eagles team for years since the current the Eagles, and now covering the games kind of like made me feel like like I'm only just a fan. I am a fan, but also like trying to be a broadcaster at the same time, play announcer. And Scott Barlow got another pitch for Castellanos. Nick Castellanos grounds out to the third baseman, keep on Hayes to the first baseman, Spencer Steele. Nick Castellanos out. And I got inspired to do a lot of play-by-plays from watching Philly Tape RV doing it. When Philly Tape RV was doing it with the Sixers, I got me inspired to want to start doing it on my channel. So I started doing the Sixers live play-by-plays, and it was kind of fun. And then I was like, okay, this is great. And then I was like, I'm going to try this out. And now the Phillies, it took me a while to get into the baseball one. because stuff like that. Then I started doing the Phillies ones, and I was like, oh, I like doing this, and it started paying attention because people started watching the Phillies like the Eagles, the Sixers start Phillies. I was like, okay, let me do the Phillies, and I tried to do the Sixers and Phillies every time the season come on. I never did the Eagles one until Star Wars told me to do the Eagles live favorite plays. He said, do those ones. I was like, okay. He said, do college football. I'm like, okay, let me try it out. And I did college football one, and he said, try doing the Eagles ones. And I started doing that, and I was like, oh, I like doing this thing. Cause I used to watch Philly Mike all the time, and that's the one who covered the Eagles and stuff, do the streams and stuff. I used to watch him, and I never thought about doing them because the Eagles one for that now, and then until Star Wars inspired me to do it. Say, go ahead and do the Eagles one too. You do the other two for once. Why not, right? You can't even over four. So that's why So coming up next to bat for the Phillies, we got Harrison Bader next to bat for the Phillies. No Phillies, there's a Rays. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Here we go. Scott Bowman got a pitch for Harrison. Ronnie Catch goes to strike 1-1. Scott Bowman got a pitch for Harrison. Ronnie swing the middle, strike 2-1-2. And Scott Bowman got a pitch for Harrison. Ronnie Catch goes ball 1-2. Scott Bowman got a pitch for Harrison. Ronnie Catch goes ball 2-2-2. And Scott Bowman got a pitch for Harrison. Great for swing that goes. Runs on the way to the wall. And Harrison Bader runs around first. Stop a second. Harrison Bader got a double, Harrison Bader got a hit. Harrison Bader is 1 for 4, And this is Harrison Bader's 14 double on the 2025 season on the line drive to the right field in New Orleans. Yeah, Jocko is funny though. Well, you can't say Jocko's miserable. You can't say that. I like Jocko when he's in the Phillies game, when he does with Tom McCarthy. At times like yes, he complains a lot. I know he don't complain. He don't complain a lot anyway. He just say, he don't complain. I don't think he complains a lot because, when I watch the post game, when they do like the when they do the post game live and stuff, when they talk to them and stuff, they don't complain a lot. He only complains about the team. He's not complaining about when the team doesn't do well in the game. That's what he's gets mad about. You know. But I like Tom McCarthy because Tom McCarthy's good. Tom McCarthy got that kind of announcer voice. So coming up next to bat for the Phillies, we got Bryson Stott next to bat for the Phillies. We got 1 free player on second base, 2 outs, top of the ninth. Here we go. Scott Barber got a pitch to Stock away. Boy, Ronnie Catch goes to Rose 1-0. Wait. No, we got so coming up next to bat for the Phillies, we got Randy Marsh next to bat for the Phillies. We got 1 free player on second base, 2 outs, top of the ninth. Here we go. And Scott Bowman got a pitch good, Rose great, but Ronnie Catch goes to Rose 1-0. Scott Bowman got a pitch good, but Rose swing at the foul with 1-1. Scott Bowman got a pitch for Rose, Ronnie Catch goes swing at the foul with 1-2. And Scott Bowman got a pitch for Rose, get ready for it. Ronnie Catch goes to ball 2-2-2. And Scott Bowman got a pitch good for Rose, get ready for it. That ball's in third, that's a ball 3, the 3-2, the full count. Yeah, you can't be a mod because only Star Wars can decide who gets to be mods or not. He only choose people to be mods when Star Wars says somebody could be a mod because I've only been here. Then yeah, that's a different story. So, and Scott Bowman got another pitch for you, Morris. Get ready for it. Oh yeah, he been 17 months, but I'm not gonna give you mods like that. And Brandon Marsh grounds out to the shortstop, Elder Cruz to the first base, and Spencer Steele. And Brandon Marsh is out. Brandon Marsh, you 0 for 1, and you stranded Harrison Bader on second base. That's 3 outs for the Phillies. So it's going to the Phillies have 4 runs, the Reds have 1 run, and we on to the bottom of the ninth, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Phillies turn, it's the Reds turn the red, to see the Reds and turn the red at the bottom of the ninth. The 3 red players to the red at the bottom of the ninth be Tyler Stevenson, Matt McLennan, and Kevon Hayes. That person was trying to say that the Cowboys gonna make it to the NFC Championship game this year. He crazy in his head because that ain't never happened. Shout out to the 7 people watching TV with 25 likes. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? Even Star Wars telling you when A on board, come to more streams and then Star Wars can decide if you get to be allowed. If he decides for it, then I'll make him out and so stuff like that. So pitching change for the Phillies. So Danny Robinson's the pitcher of the night. Come to pitch for the Phillies. We have Ryan Kirkland. So coming up the bat for the Reds, we have Tyler Stephenson coming the bat for the Reds. The Red plays the Rays. 0 outs, bottom 9. Here we go. Ryan Kirkland, we have pitch for you. Tyler going. Ryder catching going to strike was on 1. And the Ryan Kirkland got another pitch. Going to Tyler going. You swing it down when that's a foul ball, so 0-2. You swing that's a foul tip. You swing that's a foul tip, that's 0-2. We can do that for a little bit. If we win the game, then we can do that for a little bit. But then I have to get out the stream because And right here, get another pitch, get another boy. You Tyler Gray boy. You Tyler Stephenson, expert Tyler. You Tyler Stephenson, 11 to the range room. And right here, get another pitch, you Tyler Gray boy. Right there, catch go to strike 3. And Tyler Stephenson is out. First strikeout for Ryan Kirk in 1K. So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have. So coming up next to bat for the Reds, we have Matt McLean. Go next to bat for the Reds. The Reds plays the Rays. 1 out, bottom 9. Here we go. The Ryan Kirk got a pitch, get ready, man. Get ready for it. Right now, catch goes, rolls it out. How long I've been broadcasting you mean the 3 games I've been doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how long I've been broadcasting? Like 60 games and Phillies games? Well, 60 games I've been doing it since, like, I mean, I don't even know. I can't remember. You have to go to my, I've been doing the Sixers stream since when the Sixers had, like, when they had, I forget the name of that coach they had. Yeah, when he had the other coach's name, I'm not gonna mention, but that other coach we had. And then everyone flies out to the center field. Harrison Bennett and Bennett goes down. First up teams for the Reds. So Jake Farley will pitch with King by Hayes. Coming next to bat for the Reds, we have Jake Farley to the bat for the Reds. The Reds plays the Rays. 2 outs, 7 9. Here we go. 5 9. Here we go. The right couldn't get a pitch for Jake away from running catch goes the strike ones on 1. And the right couldn't get a pitch for Jake away from his 3 there with the 5 was on 2. He said, how long have you been broadcasting for? It's been like since we had when we had Doc Rivers the head coach. Oh, that year that's when I started doing the Philly streams, the Sixers streams. So, and then I forget what year it was. Back when we had like Ben Sims on the team and all that stuff, when we had Doc Rivers as the head coach. I don't remember that. And then I forget what year that was. Was it 20? I forget. And then I think about it, like this probably been like 3 years because I think I did every Sixers stream from like when they had the Doc Rivers era down to Nick Nurse era. So it's been like for a while. Now first stream I started doing first streams like in 2020. So and then now we're in 2025. So that's been like maybe like that's right. And now that's like 5 years in for the Philly streams. And English things, I just started doing those like when they went like last year. So that kind of whole thing. So that kind of whole thing right there. So because I didn't cover them when they went Super Bowl 57. And that's the ball game. Final score is 4-1. Phillies win. And the winning pitcher of tonight's game was Jordan Romano, who gets the save and moves to 2-4 this season with a 6.47 ERA. And Ryan Cook gets the save and he moves to 2.6 ERA. So that. So the Phillies will advance on the 69. The Phillies will advance on the 69 and 49 of the season. The Reds will move to 62 and 58 of the season. The Phillies will get their 69 win. The Reds will get their 58 loss. And yeah. And your Chevrolet player of the game will be Trey Turner, who's 11-4 with an RBI single in the eighth inning and a run. The 30th go ahead RBI this season for Trey Turner, our shortstop. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Stars 9 coming to stream. Shout out to Elvis coming to Elvis VI coming to stream. Shout out to everybody coming to stream. Shout out to Mike Rooney coming to stream as well. And yeah. Yeah, so guys, I will be streaming the Phillies at the Cincinnati Reds for game number 2 of the 3-game series tomorrow night at 6:40 p.m. on my YouTube channel, guys. And tomorrow, guys, is my birthday, y'all. So, you know, tomorrow night's still gonna be interesting because it's my birthday tomorrow. So y'all gonna have to write in the chat tomorrow night, happy birthday to me. Because all my friends today sent me happy birthday the day program they did it for me. So so y'all gonna have to write happy birthday in the chat tomorrow for me. So that way, you know, we can hope we get a Phillies win tomorrow night on my birthday, so that way it makes it a good kind of thing. So, you know, that kind of whole thing and stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah, so, you know. Yeah, so, you know, that would be great because, you know. Yeah, oh, you said Pete Rowan, Mike Schmidt, Gordon McBurney, man, Joey Willie, Howard, okay. Yeah, I was talking about Doc Rivers is used to be the head coach for the Sixers. I was talking about the NBA. That's what I'm talking about. Doc Rivers is the head coach. Used to be the head coach for the Sixers. When I started doing started doing live player plays, I used to do the Sixers. I used to do the Sixers first, and then I did the Phillies second, and then that's when the Phillies had they had the other guy who was the head coach. I forget who was the manager for the Phillies. I forget who was before they made Bob Thompson be the manager. So yeah, so you know, and then you know. So yeah, so you know that kind of thing. Yeah, so you know that kind of whole thing. So okay, well, yeah, so I think the Sixers got a shot through in the place. I don't know. Cause now we heard that now the Sixers fans heard that hearing now that Joel Embiid is gonna miss the regular season again. That Joel Embiid is gonna miss the start of the regular season this year because because Joel Embiid gets injured again. Cause I think they said this gonna be the end of Joel Embiid's era now. Yeah, I think people are saying that this is the end of Joel Embiid right now because Joel Embiid can't stay healthy. So there goes our MVP right there for the NBA right there. Because now, even though we got Jeremy Kane back, but still we need Joel Embiid because that's our center. So it kind of sucks that Joel can't stay healthy. So which you know that sucks right there for us because you know it makes the Sixers team can't. The Sixers have never got out of the second round of the playoffs ever. So that's why it's kind of crazy how the OKC the Oklahoma City Thunder won the NBA Finals last year. They won the NBA Finals and won the NBA Finals, and the Sixers never got to the NBA Finals ever. So it's embarrassing that we never got there. So we can't get out of the second round or anything. So that's terrible. And it just hurts because the only team that went to a championship game and actually won it is the Eagles. The Eagles went to the Super Bowl and beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 59 and got their second largest trophy. And Sixers can't even get can't get an NBA Finals trophy. Can't even get that far because every time they get the second round, they always lose anyway. So it's like nothing right there. But now for the Phillies have to win the World Series. It's World Series or bust for the Phillies. If the Phillies don't win the World Series this year, don't get to the World Series and don't win it, then you're gonna have to blow the whole team up because then you have to figure out what's wrong with the Phillies, like why they can't win the World Series and then something like that to get that far. So what the Phillies need to do is lock up the division. We need to do is lock up the division, win the last couple of games in August, then win all the games in September, and then see if they won the division or they have to play in the wild card round, which I don't want to do that. We should definitely win the division again and wait till the division round to play so we can be ready and then take on whoever we're going to play and then move on to the MCS, take on who we're going to play there, and then punch our ticket to the World Series and try to win because that way the Phillies can finally win the World Series, finally get the World Series trophy for the owner John Middleton, and we can get a Phillies parade in Philadelphia for once because the last time the Phillies won the World Series was 2008 and we haven't won one since, so it's like, you know, we were this close to almost could have won the World Series in 2022, but the Houston Astros got us, so that still stings, and I'm going to stings too. But other than that, So let me tell you what the pitching matchup for tomorrow night's game. So we have my second favorite player, Ranger Suarez, going up against Brady. I think Brady Singer. So Ranger Suarez is 85 this season with 98 strikeouts and a 2.94 ERA. And Brady Singer is 99 the season, 99 in the season with 113 strikeouts and a 4.3 ERA. Will Ranger Suarez get his ninth win tomorrow night, and will the Phillies offense give him some runs for, and hope the defense don't sell him, and stuff like that. And I hope the Phillies do get a win on my birthday tomorrow, so I can feel happy about that. So that way, when our family goes on a trip on Wednesday, I can feel like, oh, the Phillies won last night. So that way, that'd be good stand up for us going to AC and be like, oh yeah, the Phillies won, so now I can feel good about that. And me, I have to think like, oh well, that kind of whole thing. What's up, Yankee Nation? Yankee Nation, why you up in here? We ain't talking about no Yankees right now. Yeah. Yeah, so we gotta do that. So the Phillies coming out to play. Oh yeah, 69 wins yet. My buddy's tomorrow, Eli. It's Elvis. I'm in the same again. My buddy's tomorrow, so. So. That's a. Yeah, so he went the first shot. I don't hear about that. Yeah, we gotta change the world, Yeah, Drury is talented, but he gets injured too much. He's injury prone, so it's like literally, it's like, you can't stay healthy, you can't stay in the court, and then it's like literally, I mean, we got Tyrese Maxey who's really good, we got Jim McCain who's really good, and then we got our backup center with the Dan Williams good too. So it's kind of like, and then they also say that Paul George might not be ready for the season too because him too. So it's like, damn. Yeah, so then 41 Boston. I know, right? The Phillies won the World Series. This city will go nuts because they will go nuts for them. Because because that'll be finally the current Phillies will finally win the World Series, and then we kind of can talk about them instead of talking about the 2008 Phillies. Well, this show that I'm watching right now, guys, is the 90-Day Hunt for Love. And this is season 1, episode 12, The Boys Who Paid for Like a Frenchman Girl. With Timmy, this is one where Timmy gets questions given Carlos another shot after his betrayal. Then Timmy really gets go closer. And then Courtney makes a choice after her date with Cole comes back. Which I know that kind of says like that. And Chanel was up and Jen accuses Rob of seeing someone else. The next one between Rob and Cole, yeah. That's gonna You said, who's your favorite? My favorite Phillies player is Bryce Harper, because whose jersey I'm wearing on. I got two favorite Phillies players. It's Bryce Harper, and it's also Bryce Harper who was number 3. And then also Ranger Suarez, who was number 55. So I like Bryce Harper and Ranger Suarez, because, yeah, so, and then, like, I was about to say that because Ranger Suarez pitch tomorrow night, so that's going to be good for me, because I get to watch him pitch and everything, so that's even good. That's good to see that, It might have been my beard and him when he rolls me in the hair, Helping Range and out to the 3 right there. Cause me and Stars both like Range. We like Bryce Star, Range Swords, and we like Adam Kim. So that's our 3 favorites right there. Cause y'all can hit and stuff. Well, Bryce Star and Adam Kim can hit, and then Range Swords can pitch. So like, yeah, so. And so it might have been my beard and how he moves been towards the parade, I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Oh man, you had Howard was in the head with that beer when you went to the Eagles parade. Oh my God, yeah, 'cause Howard did get a bump on his head by somebody throwing a beer at him. And if that was you, Elvis, damn, you hit the owner, you hit the GM of the Philadelphia Eagles in the head with a beer. That's come on now. Yeah, Cosmo was good too. Cosmo is a fan favorite in Philadelphia. Everybody likes Cosmo because that dude can hit home runs like during the Lord. Like Cosmo's up to 42 home runs right now. So that's good. That's kind of good for the. That's kind of good for the good thing because he's got the 42 home runs, which is good. Like Costco is so far away from getting past Kyle range of the Seattle Mariners because he's getting there. He's getting there. If he passes him, that'd be great because then that would just show like well he's way better than him. Yeah, that's good. But we had the top three. Yeah, yeah. Costco was the MVP of the All Star game, so that's why I always say he's All Star game. You never forget that. You never forget that. Yeah, you feel love because Yeah, the only reason why I want to see you get all drunk and messed up again when I do another when I do another Eagles stream because I want to see how messed up you get though. Because when you go to Eagles home games, you get messed up, so that makes it fun when you come to chat. Be all funny and stuff. Yeah, so that's the whole point of like about that Elvis because you get all messed up when you get drunk as hell. It's funny though. I know Mets fans ain't talking right now. The New York Mets are falling apart right now. The New York Mets are falling apart right now. Their team is losing games, and it's like it's funny. It's funny that the Braves fans and the Phillies fans got something in common. The Braves fans and the Phillies fans don't like the New York Mets at all, and we both got something in common with it. Even though the Phillies and Braves don't like each other, but we agree when it comes to New York Mets, it's not that great. They mess up every time, and that's why the Braves fans and the Phillies fans don't want to see the Mets in the playoffs in the postseason because if they get the postseason, they're going to get knocked out of the first round of the wild card round. They ended, so I'm going to praise them. So it's like you don't feel bad for the Mets because they put themselves in a position to get swept out by the Milwaukee Brewers. How do you get swept out by the Milwaukee Brewers, man? That's embarrassing right there. Cause they yeah, New York never wants to talk. Yeah, we talking about the Mets. We talking about the Mets. Was we not? We talking about the New York. We talking about the Mets. Yeah, cause that's the one team in New York that can't. It's playing bad this season. Yankees are playing good, decent baseball. The ones from Brooklyn, but yeah, but the Mets from New York. Oh my God, they from Queens, New York. They are playing bad, and that so. The Yankees and from Boston, New York, they're playing really good and stuff. So that's one's really good. But you know, but the Mets from Queen New York, they just playing terrible. Like they just not great. You was drinking the parade. It's nothing wrong for you to be drunk at the parade anyway. Eli. Elvis. Because there's nothing wrong with you doing that. There's nothing wrong with that because you were having fun. So all of us do this, I know, but you gotta watch when you hit them in the head because you can actually hurt somebody when you do that. Yeah, so you gotta be. Yeah, well, I won't say I wouldn't say that because I'm friends with Jason 28 Smith 12 with Star Wars. So I wouldn't say his team suck. I'll just say his team played decent baseball, but I'm not gonna say they suck like that because I'm not gonna say that because then I mean I like the Mets, but I mean I like the Yankees, but doesn't mean I'm gonna say their team sucks though. Cause they actually play some good baseball though, so I'm not gonna say they suck though, cause I'm not gonna do that. I can say about the Mets if I want to, but I'm not gonna say the Yankees suck. I'm just saying the team played decent baseball. That's all that matters, though. You know. We just having that, and we having the after game comment like look like chit chatting for a little bit because I'm gonna get up this, I'm gonna get up the live anyway. So we just having a little after game, chit chat. That's all we having. It'd be hard to talk because of the fans. Let me be what you do in bowl games. What he said, Elvis, he said, "Oh, it'd be hard to be talking. I don't be at what you do in bowl games." Oh yeah, Elvis, you should definitely come to. You should definitely come to the Eagles streams when I do the bowl games. I know you can't go to all the bowl games because for the Eagles because that's traveling for you. So that's traveling for you. So you really can't do that. But that's traveling for you. So, but I know you only can go to the Eagles home games because you can do that. But going to the bowl games, that's gonna be hard for you to do because. What are you saying? That nobody's being rude or nothing. Nobody's being rude. Just having a conversation. Nobody's being rude or anything. Yeah, see, we were just talking sports talk. Cause Dodgers are the hottest team right now, so that's just the reason for that. Yeah, we're Philly fans. We don't like the Mets. We don't like the Mets in our division. We don't like the Mets or the Braves because they're the two teams in our division we don't like. So, and the Atlanta Braves are rivals anyway. So that's one thing. The Mets they just not great. They're not doing great. The Dodgers are too damn of a hot team. That's like damn because. Yeah, never don't talk like that because don't be saying that. People can have fun when they go to sports games. When people go to sports events, they drink and stuff. So what are you supposed to say? Don't say it sucks just because you don't drink doesn't mean you should make fun of somebody else who does. So. Yeah, don't make fun of somebody else who does though. Because don't do that because. Yeah, they like yeah. Yeah, I like when somebody say that beer sucks, trying to make it seem like you shouldn't be drinking because. Yeah, yeah, all stuff except the Eagle would Timmy. Well, no, she said no. Elvis, Deborah wasn't talking about the sports team. She was talking about the beers and stuff. She said beer sucks. She was talking about drinking beer. That's what she was talking about. She wasn't talking about sports teams, Elvis. She wasn't talking about that. She was talking about the beer. She said she was talking about beer sucks. Like the drinking beers, it's not. It sucks. That's what she was talking about. She wasn't talking about no sports teams or anything. Yeah, that's what she was talking about. Cause I told her like don't make fun of somebody who drinks and you drink and stuff when you go to sporting events. So she was saying beer sucks and trying to say that people who drink beer that's not good for them. Trying to say it sucks. Like don't say that. Yeah, she was trying to make it seem like for somebody drinking beer it's like a problem or something. Yeah, cause to say that it sucks is kind of like wrong to say because you don't say it to nobody though. If you don't drink, that's fine, but don't knock somebody else out for doing it. So. Yeah. I live in Philly too. Yeah, it was. I live. I live in North. Edwards, you live in Northeast. I live in Northeast too. I live in Northeast as well. So I'm not gonna say yeah. I'm not gonna say where in Northeast though, because I'm not supposed to give up that. So the only person who knows where I live in Northeast is my own girlfriend. So my girlfriend Naomi knows where I live at. So, but I'm not getting out the street and live on because I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, that's why I am from Philly anyway. Always, why you think I'm a Phillies fan? Why you think I'm a Phillies fan, the Eagles fan, and the Sixers fan? I mean, yeah, because I'm from the Philadelphia area, so even Star Wars knows that anyway. So, but you be home for most of the bowl games, yeah, because you can, yeah, but yeah, but I did say to you that you should go every Eagles home game. you should definitely go to and get messed and get drunk in the head again. Yeah, man. For the road games, you gotta be at home. So I know you ain't gonna have no beers at home for you to drink to get all messed up. But the Eagles home games, you gotta go to all those Eagles home games so you can get drunk and messed up with your friends and stuff. Cause that what you kind of did. That's what you should do. Well, you did say weapon to her. You did, but she ain't taking it back to you. So yeah, I'm getting too many fist fights at the road games. Oh, you do? But don't say that. Don't say that in here, Edwards, because you don't want somebody to think that you're a fighter. You don't want somebody to think you're a fighter. So you shouldn't mention that. And really, we don't like nobody but our teams. And whoever's playing the Dallas Cowboys, right? There's some teams in the NBA that as a Sixers fan I don't really like anyway. I can't stand the Boston and the Celtics for the for the in the Eastern Conference for the Sixers because I can't stand the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics think they're the highest team in basketball just because and cause they got Jason Tatum and shit. So I can't stand the goddamn Boston Celtics because because they got Mikael Bridges on their team. The one that we drafted that one night that we traded him away to another I think the Brooklyn Nets and then we traded him to the I think New York Knicks. I think Mikael Bridges to the New York Knicks and that was just sad. We did that. But a good thing that we're not to trade him to the Knicks and stuff, so that was kind of like crazy. But still, like the end of the day, we couldn't keep Mikael Bridges we could have kept Mikael Bridges when we drafted him, but no, our head coach wanted to trade him away, so that's how the Brooklyn Nets couldn't get him. So they're gonna call. Coach down there be at the hospital and stuff. I remember that he's feeling much better, so that's good for him. But he really likes Courtney, so I figured that. Yeah, go to Walker's Law stuff, yeah. Yeah, it said you can be at old, you're over 21, so you're allowed to drink anyway. Yeah, I know nobody say you don't drink soda pops or anything. Nobody's telling you to do that, Elvis. No, nobody's telling you to do that. The only reason why Elvis, I don't drink sodas and stuff 'cause I don't like drinking any alcoholic stuff, so I just don't like drinking alcoholic stuff just because that's just not for me, because I don't drink, and then my girlfriend Naomi, she doesn't drink either because we don't like doing that stuff in any alcoholic beverages in our systems because, we just don't like doing that kind of stuff. It's just something that we don't do. So just for the sake of that, because, yeah. It's the Eagles, my baby, has a lot of the surging rolling reports. Okay, maybe one day we'll get one. I wouldn't want to do that because I don't really like men like that. So yeah, so no, you're that lady that what you want me to do? Yes, you hot dogs and not have beer. No, I'm not. No, no, you can drink too. Cause I do say I don't drink either, but Don't say that to anyone. Yeah, because you know I have the old girlfriend and stuff, so you know. Yeah, because you know that kind of thing, so you know. I forgot to bring the picture thing when I for my girlfriend when I drew her. If I'm like 18, I'm gonna try to bring her one of the pictures I drew. I forgot that today because I was like, dang, I forgot it. I'm gonna bring her the Jodie Whittaker one next Monday on the 18th, so I remember that. I forgot to bring one of the drawings for her, so I forgot about it today. So on the 18th, she comes to work, I'm gonna give her the Jodie Whittaker one. Yeah, and I see the Rachel Lee one for her for Wednesday. Then comes Friday, I might draw her another one and bring her that one. So I just forgot today. So. I mean, have a headache and she is my girlfriend. Like, who's your girlfriend, Elvis? Who is? I mean, I understand. That's understandable. Elvis, it's understandable. Wait, Elvis, who's your girlfriend? Because you said, oh, you already have a headache because she's your girlfriend. Who is? Who is Elvis? Because you know, only just case cold. What the yo? I mean, Cody don't like oozing. Okay, his woman. Cody been there for him since he was in the hospital and everything. Went to go see him a lot. So, you know, that's why Cody's going towards Cole because, you know, she was at the hospital. She pretended to be his wife just to go see him at the hospital because, you know, he had to do that because they wouldn't let him see it. They wouldn't let Cody see Cole. If you would have said, oh, I'm his friend or something, they would say, well, you're not family. So she had to say she had to pretend to be his wife just to get in and see him at the hospital every day. And it worked, so. They always say women at 31 always look still and beautiful at the end of the day. So oh, Keisha, okay. What's the headache mean? Oh, yeah, headache is called that. Okay. Yeah, cause I'm in the window. That's why you can hear the crickets outside. Cause I got my window open. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna go another day with Bruno. That's gonna see next Sunday. And then she about my daughter over here. Ooh, that's gonna be next Sunday for him. Next Sunday we better see Harold because we're gonna know what happened with him and Amos because I wouldn't want to know that one. He's gonna be back for the rest of the year. I think he will be because we need him anyway. He's a starter, so. Yeah, I got a challenge for you, Elvis. And you gotta say yes to this or no to this, but I got a challenge for you. So and it's up to you if you want to do this challenge or not. And yeah. Why you gonna say that? You talking about your head? How can your head and kick your behind though? I know that part. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Elvis. I know what you're saying, Elvis. Why are you saying that why you? Cause are you talking about your headache again? Elvis, don't call me a kid. Don't call me a kid, Elvis. Don't call me a kid. I'm an adult, so don't call me a kid, though. Don't call me a kid, Elvis. I'm not a kid. Yeah, but you never call me a kid. That's your worst mistake, calling me a kid, though. Yeah, because when you call me a kid, Elvis, I start getting upset because, I know. I was gonna take the challenge, but then you gonna say you were leaving, so yeah, because I'm near a window, so that's when you can hear stuff outside. So okay, here's the challenge for you. So and this one's gonna be a good one for you. So this is a food-based challenge. So I know Elvis gonna do this. Elvis. Elvis. I never told you this. I having a session with like people having like big bellies and stuff. And then you have a big belly. I have a big belly session kind of thing. So yeah. So I have a big belly session. So this is one thing I'm gonna tell you right here. With yeah, but don't call me kid. I don't like to be called kid. I just don't like to be called that because then you only say that to somebody who's like you only say it to somebody who's like who's at the age of a kid is. Yeah, but you got yeah. I'm trying to tell you what the challenge is, Elvis. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not young, Elvis. I'm not young. I'm an adult, so I'm not a young adult. So I'm actually an adult because I'm actually 31, which I'm about to turn 32 tomorrow. So I'm not a young adult. So I'm past the young adult stage. So I'm in the adult stage. So yeah. So yeah. You're staying love challenges. Okay, Elvis. I'm gonna tell you this challenge. So Elvis, this is a gaining weight challenge though, and you have to do this. This is a gaining weight challenge though. Cause I already got Winston doing it for me anyway. He said you're gonna probably gain so many pounds and like for me because you made the promise for that one. This is a gaining weight challenge and you have to do this. Elvis. Can't say no to this one. You can't drop out and say, oh, I don't want to do this. So it's a gaining weight challenge. So yeah, Star Wars is 26. Yeah, Star Wars will be the youngest person in our friend group because I'm 31. King James, I think he's like 37, 27 or something. I forget his age. When Star was 26, and I don't know how old Winston is. I forget his age. And then you were 60, so that makes you like you. That makes Elvis you older than everybody. You older than me, Star Wars. If I be and King Jaden 76, you older than us three because you the oldest one. If I knew what Winston's age was, then I could say like you older than him. But yeah, so well, this one Elvis, you have to do this challenge though because this challenge will cause you yeah. So you only reason why I'm saying you gotta do this whatever is because if you gotta accept this challenge or not because because Yeah, it's a gaining weight challenge. So, and this challenge requires like you can't go to the gym anymore. So you got to cut out going to the gym and stuff. So all the exercising you're doing, like you got to cut that. So if you're gonna accept this challenge or not. So it's a gaining weight challenge, it's a food challenge. So this challenge is you only can eat fatty foods. Like you only can eat fatty foods every day. But you have to choose the fatty foods you want to eat, like which ones you want to eat and how much you want to eat a day too. So pretty much this one is kind of so that's the challenge. Yeah, yeah. So you really if you do this, you gotta say bye bye to the abs and everything. And you can drink the beer with it too. Whatever calorie food that you eat, you can drink beer with it too. So I'm gonna allow you to do that too. So well, I didn't really ask you about your children though. I didn't really ask you about all that. So yeah. So you already said that, Elvis. You repeating yourself again, Elvis. You're repeating yourself again. You're repeating the same thing you just said over again. I tell you what the challenge was. I tell you what the challenge was. I'll tell you what the challenge was. Um, well, but I tell you what the challenge was. Tell you the challenge was is a gain weight challenge. So what you have to do is you have to you said about how long you have to do it. That depends on how long you want to because when you do it, you have to see how your body changes from like going from like having abs to like a belly and stuff. So you got to see how like the changes in your body. So it's gonna be a body changing thing too. So you said about how long? Depending on when I want to tell you to stop doing the challenge though. Cause I give you a cutoff time for it, but I ain't gonna tell you when for that one. So I'm not really gonna tell you how. I'm not gonna give you the how long part because then if I give you the how long part, then you wanna say you wanna stop at a certain period. So I'm not gonna give you that cutoff time. So I can't tell you that one because because you gotta take in a lot of calorie foods a day. That means you gotta eat pizzas every day. You gotta eat burgers every day. You gotta anything that's like calories in it. So it also includes in desserts and stuff too. So Jamin getting checked for money. Really, you say getting checked for money? Okay, so you said a week on one. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna say you have to do that for. Cause a week that's gonna be too much. I'm gonna say for a month. For a month, if you can do that, that was to do that for a month. Yeah, so for a month. Cause if I say for a week, you're gonna be like, it's so easy to go in for a month. Yeah, I'm gonna say for a month because I know a week that's gonna be so easy for you to do anyway. Yeah, I said for a month, so because you put in there, I didn't mention that in there. So you said I said for a month in there. Yeah, but I said for a month though, because then you gave me two choices there, so I said for a month though. Yeah, you work out too much, Elvis. That's why I said I want you to have, because you work out too much, so you're trying to, Yeah, so Elvis, do you set the challenge? Are you going to do it for a month? Are you going to do the challenge or what? Hmm. Well, you can do the fast food thing, but I don't know if Chinese food gonna give you if soul food is gonna give you. It gotta be high calorie foods. Cause I don't think soul food and Chinese food counts as high calorie foods. So yeah, so yeah, but you can't eat fast food though. That what you can do. You can do fast food though. So you have to pick. You know the fast food places though. Yeah, yeah, that was you my friend though. Yeah, cause you my YouTube friend, so yeah, you my YouTube friend, so so. Cause you said you want to do it for a week or a month, so I picked a month, so that's what you said. You said. Right, you gave it to George, I picked a month, so yeah, so why we you fighting over the child, Yeah, and when you do start the challenge of Elvis, you have to come to the stream tomorrow and tell me like what did you eat and stuff, and then how much weight did you gain and all that stuff, so we can see if the process is working though, because you're gonna have to. So right, that means you can drink beers. It's football season. Yeah, so you know that, but yeah. Yeah, but you've been going to the gym too damn much. You starting to have like a you start becoming like a gym bro. No, actually no, you start to become a gym rat. Them people who like to go to the gym too much, and they're obsessed with working out. So they almost look like you always gonna look like bodybuilder type, which is like it's kind of bad because you don't look like a bodybuilder moon. You don't look like bodybuilder moon because that's looking like crazy. We got too many muscles on you, and then that's little over that's too much. So you need to cut back from the gym, go to the gym all the time because I know you said gonna start the challenge, but I was saying that you do the gym too damn much, so that's why it's a challenge for you to do. Ain't nobody else doing the challenge with you anyway. I challenge you to do that, so that means nobody else is doing the challenge with you. So the Yankees are not the best team ever. Don't even start saying that, Rudy. Don't say that, Rudy, because then they don't start saying that. You may say the Yankees are the best team in your division in the American League, yeah. But you can't say that the Yankees are the best team overall in the MLB because that's not true. That definitely Yeah, because if I had to say who's the best team in the American League right now, I would say the Dodgers are the best team right now because the Dodgers are the best team in the American League right now. So that's just a known fact right there. The Phillies are just first place in our division in the National League, so that just tell you right there. But the Yankees have been losing a lot though. Yeah, so but you can't say McDonald's not all Donald's food is bad though. You can't say McDonald's food is bad though. All right, Edwards. Well, if you don't want to eat McDonald's food, then you have to eat Wendy's food. You have to eat Wendy's food, which that's one thing. No, no, Edwards. You did say tomorrow you're gonna do the challenge, so tomorrow you have to do the challenge, Edwards. So when you do the challenge tomorrow, you have to eat at the fast food places. So you have to eat at like Wendy's, Burger King, maybe if you got a Chick-fil-A somewhere, that's another fast food place. And if you got Raising Cane or something, whatever food places that you can go to. Well, in Philadelphia, we do have a Raising Cane. We do have that. We do have a Wendy's. We do have a Burger King. We do have that. So we do have Chick-fil-A in Philadelphia. So that's all the ones that are good to eat and stuff. So I know she hates the girl. She like what the hell she do? That's not her. The one that she that one time. She don't know she's that first. Yeah. And when nobody had to treat you and to be with her financially because there's a chance for them. No, no, I can't do no. Evans don't look like that. Cause if I give you a chance, you can't give me one to do. No. It don't look like that. Yeah, no. It don't look like that, Elvis. It don't look like that. No. Can't give me a chance that no. Yeah, cause you can't give me a challenge though. You can't do that. Cause then. A month from the gym won't kill you. No, it won't. It won't kill you or anything. Why do you think they won't kill you though? It won't kill you at all. So I don't know why you think that Elvis it will kill you. Come on now. It won't do that to you. Listen, that makes her further. She better admit to that, cause she's coming in the was now. Does she know like girls or think she want to do the guy? That's a question, right? But some. Yeah, so I said you don't have to eat McDonald's. That's why I said I mentioned all the other fast food places that's not McDonald's. So there you go. One reason why I said that this challenge is gonna be a good one because that was you're gonna have to tell me how much weight that you went up if your weight increases too, just so we could know like if you're doing the challenge though. You know, because I did say if I'm one, so pretty much let's say you say your starting weight is 225, so we're gonna see like in a month how where your weight's gonna be at then. And I know I'm funny of us, even my girlfriend knows I'm funny, so she knows then. Because when I'm with my girlfriend all the time, then she kind of laughs and stuff, so I was doing that today to her to get her to laugh and stuff, so. You say you're gonna miss the gym, but it's gonna be good. This gonna be fun though. Try to get you on that gainer life stuff. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so try to open your eyes and see what it's like being on that gainer life. I watch a lot of gamers on Instagram and IG, and they love getting great for themselves anyway. They don't even go to the gym at all. They just love putting on the weight and stuff because they like that for themselves anyway. And it's kind of they rather do that than being working out than going to the gym and stuff because they feel like that's boring for them. So they feel like that's kind of boring for them. Yeah, but you gotta make other social medias, man. Yeah, so. No, I was telling you what the games I watch on Instagram. That's what I was telling you. The ones I watch on Instagram, though. That's what I was telling you. The ones I watch. That's what I was telling you. I was asking you specifically of your IG. I was just telling you the game people I watch on IG. That's what I was telling you. I'm not talking about you specifically, though. I didn't know you on YouTube anyway. I was actually viewing AEW. I was just saying the game guys that I watch on Instagram, they the ones I was talking about I watch on Instagram. I wasn't talking about you specifically on that social media platform. That's what I mean. Mhm. Yeah, probably gonna give it. Yeah. Say I've been talking about 10 pounds. Oh yeah, it was yeah. I'm gonna be saying the people to get in my belly like they and from other stuff. Oh, Austin Powers. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that saying. At least, Ellis, can you at least try this? Try to do it for fun. Cause I'm your friend, so do this for fun, though. Yeah, cause if you, cause we got this for fun because I wanted to see, I want you to try. Yeah, but if you at least gotta try this challenge out. But Elvis, you're not listening to me, Elvis. If you don't want to try the challenge, then I wanted you to try the challenge out. But I guess yeah. But you can't be talking about getting in shape and stuff on the stream anymore. Cause then if you're gonna do the challenge with me, you can't mention about getting being in shape and all the working out kind of stuff. Cause then it goes against it goes against the whole doing the challenge anyway. And yeah, Courtney's been cold because she like cold because she helped around the house with everything. Cause yeah, Courtney likes cold too. Yeah. Okay, so some people ask me to look them up on Facebook and all this. I'm not one of those. I didn't mention anything about you being on social media though. I never said that anybody else. I never mentioned about that. I didn't mention anything about that. So, oh, you want to ask what the Eagles' regular season is? Well, the regular season hasn't started for the Eagles yet. They're just in preseason right now. So we don't know when the regular season starts. Then I'll let you know what the record's gonna be. Right now we don't know what the Eagles' record is right now. They're in preseason, so you really can't tell what the record is right now because it's just preseason games. The preseason games don't really count. So we wait till if we win the first game in September, then we'll tell you what the record is. Right now it's preseason, so the games don't really count. Just to see like if people are fighting for getting a spot on the roster and stuff, so that's what it pretty much is right now. So the games don't really count to anything. Count if you win or lose or anything yet. Yeah, so but you say I don't know what the Eagles record. I'm not good at making like season predictions on what the record's gonna be. I really don't like. I'm not really good at making those predictions like that. I'm not really good at doing those things because I'm not really good at that. So I really can't make predictions and stuff on that stuff. Because I don't really want to say, oh, they're gonna win this amount of games, and then it backfires, you know. So I like to watch the Eagles games as they go during the season and see what games we do win, what games we do lose, just to go like that. Because when you make a prediction on what's the team back going to be, and then it turns out to be the opposite of what you predicted, and then it's like could end up being wrong in the end. So I just don't do that kind of stuff. So, but you got to say win or losses too. You got to say how many games they're going to win, how many games they're going to lose. You have to mention both together. You got to say what's their final record going to be for the entire season. What's the season record going to be? We got to mention win losses together. Because you can't just say. Now I was talking about for the Eagles season. You got to choose the win or losses for the Eagles record though. Because you can't just say, oh, they're going to win 11 games and then you know. What stuff? When you tell Elvis he shouldn't do what? He shouldn't do what? Exactly. Stuff. He just giving a season prediction. How many games the Eagles gonna win? How many games they're gonna lose and stuff. Just giving a season prediction. A lot of YouTubers have their fans do that. Give a prediction how many games they're gonna win during the season. They do that kind of stuff anyway. And. No, I'm not talking about the. I'm not talking about the challenge, Elvis. I'm talking about when you asked the question about what's the Eagles' record going to be for the season. That's the one I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the challenge anymore. Because you asked me the question like, well, what do you think the Eagles' record going to be for the season? And I was saying to you, Elvis, that if you're going to pick what the Eagles' record is going to be for the season, you have to mention the win or losses part. That's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about the challenge anymore. So yeah. So that's what I was talking about. We talking about him. Well, a lot of people do not predictions for it's not prediction of what the score is going to be for the Eagles game. Just what the season record is going to be. That's all it is. Yeah. I have no problem with people making predictions for like how many games the team's going to win or lose. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with doing that because people do it all the time anyway. So it's not a bad thing. Because cause your prediction could be right, could be wrong. You know. But it's better to, have that going in so that way if you're right or wrong, because, we're not betting anything. Just whatever you predict, that's what you think that they're going to, that's what you think what the Eagles season run is going to be after all the games that they play, that you think that's what it's going to be at the end. So that way, if it comes out to being what you predicted, then you could be right. Yeah, you could be. But how many? But you said that's how many games they're gonna win. How many games they're gonna lose though? Cause you gotta compare. You gotta have a win. You gotta have a win column for the Eagles and also a loss column. You gotta have both together. So you gotta see how many games they're gonna win, how many games they're gonna lose together. So you gotta mention them both. Cause you can't just say, oh, they're gonna win 11 games, and then you saying that. I mean, are you saying the Eagles gonna have an 11-0 record, or are you trying to say the Eagles gonna have 11-5 record? You know, you gotta do it like that. Cause you can't just say, oh, 11 win 11 games, and then you don't lose any games. That means you tend to have a perfect season. Which is not, no NFL team can have a perfect season where they don't lose a game. That's not possible. So unless yeah. So that's not possible. Then they come to who they is. It's not possible to have that. So yeah. So yeah. I know why people ask you that though, but you don't even have other social medias though. You're right. So I know why people ask you that. Yeah, people shouldn't ask you that if you don't have other social media. They shouldn't ask you that stuff anyway. Yeah, they shouldn't even ask you that anyway. No, I was talking about the social media thing. People shouldn't ask you that because if you don't have a Facebook or anything, people shouldn't ask you that anyway. Because people who ask you that stuff, it's like they think that you you only got a YouTube account, so you know. Yeah, so I'm just saying when you brought up that one about like the social media thing, people should never ask you that anyway. Because then you only do YouTube and stuff like that because you don't trust the other social media outlets because it's hard to communicate with people when you just only have just YouTube outlets because if you because me and Star Wars we communicate outside of YouTube on Instagram, so that's why it's easier for us because for YouTube it's not enough to communicate with somebody. If the person don't go live or anything, then you really can't communicate with them. Because then you just you wait for the person to go live again in order to talk to them. So so it's kind of like when you have one social media outlet though, so so you don't have another social media outlet that you can go to. So. I know you did tell me that. I heard what you said about that part. I heard you about that part. But how many games are the Eagles gonna lose though? You didn't mention that part. You only said 11 games. You didn't say how many games they're gonna lose though. Cause you only said that what they're gonna win though. It's not how you do predictions though. But you gotta say okay. Like with the Phillies, they won 69 games. They lost 48 games. That's how records work like that. Because you can't just say you're gonna win 11 games. You don't say how many games you're gonna lose. Then it's not really like a record prediction thing. Yeah, because you're not, you know, yeah. That way, that's how you do a record thing. Yeah, because you got to mention the wins and the losses together. So, because the only way if you said the Eagles are only gonna win 11 games, that means everybody on the roster can get everybody on the roster can get injured and stuff. So that way you say you're gonna win 11 games. So it means everybody got to be healthy and the Eagles can't have no injuries and stuff. So. That's pretty much you saying that the Eagles can have no injuries and nothing like that. So they can't go into the year, nobody can get injured, so that's pretty much what we're saying. They win 11 games. I mean, that means they can't lose to the teams that they should be and stuff, you know. Yeah, so that's pretty much what you're trying to say. So, you know, that kind of whole thing, so. Well, if you do that, then you know that what they call that? They call that betting, you know, gambling, whatever. So you bet that and the Eagles lose a game, then you lose money. So people, you know. Yeah, well, that was 1972. You gotta talk about the current Miami Dolphins right now. Cause that was the old Miami Dolphins back in the day. But you gotta talk about the current teams right now, the 2025 version of them. You can't talk about the ones from back in the day, cause you know. Right now, you gotta talk about the current Miami Dolphins and they're gonna win a lot of games and stuff. Because you can't talk about a team from back in the day, because then that was then. That's not current. So. But since the Miami Dolphins went undefeated back in that year, no other NFL team has went undefeated since that year. Not even in 2025 has any NFL team went undefeated. It hasn't happened yet, so that's why it hasn't happened yet. Well, I don't know how you get the money anyway. Else, I really don't know. So. No more you give prediction. You give prediction at the beginning of the season, like week one, just say what you think the Eagles' prediction is going to be for the entire season for all 17 games. So that way, that'll start something going, and we're gonna keep following that to see if your prediction comes true or not. Yeah, so that way we know if your prediction is correct or not. Were you doing that for people? Because if people ask you to do that for them, then if people ask you to do that, then you're helping them win money. So that means because you did that for people to help them win money. So you weren't doing that for yourself. You were doing it to help them win money. So which is a good thing, because we didn't even know what the bet line was gonna be for we 1 year. You did have those other platforms. You don't use them little other platforms like that anymore, do you ever? Right, I was saying, you said you're gonna do the challenge for me. Then when you start the challenge tomorrow, just when I do go live tomorrow night, I'm gonna ask you the question if you how well you doing the challenge. So that way be good though. Cause that way we can keep up with the process for that. Yeah, so that way we can make sure that you keep going with that. So we're gonna check on that one and see how far we does with that. So yeah, so we're gonna check on that just to see how far you go and stuff like that. That's good. 5 balls is though, but then it's a good conversation that we're having, Elvis. Though. Hey, I don't really want to know about Andrew Payne. Like, they're not gonna bring him up or anything, because that's gonna really hurt if he tells us about Andrew Payne right now, because then that's gonna really hurt. Yeah, he's in the minors. Andrew Payne's in the minors, so we don't know too much about him yet. And we just said it just see here that like they were talking about bringing him up this year, but then like turned around and now they say no, they don't want to do that. So now they say Andrew Payne might get called up to the bigs next year. So just makes you feel like well, they got the got the Phillies fans hopes that we're gonna see Andrew Payne this year and all that stuff yada yada yada. And it turns out it's not so. Now Justin Culver, they said they ain't gonna bring him until next year either. I know they said Justin Culver was supposed to call up this month. Yeah, they were supposed to call up Justin Culver this month, but then they said the Phillies will only call up Justin Culver if they don't acquire a center fielder in the trade deadline. But and he already did. They got freaking Harrison Bader, so Justin Culver's not getting called up soon. That kind of sucks right there because they didn't get the Harrison Bader. Justin Culver would have been called up. But you see that, you see how funny that played out. Well, yeah, nobody else in the NFL has gone undefeated besides the Miami Dolphins did in 1972. So the Miami Dolphins is the only team that went undefeated. I don't think you hear about any other NFL team that went undefeated. Because I don't think you hear about any other ones besides the Dolphins that did it in '72. So I don't think you hear about any other NFL team that done it. So yeah, so. No, I wasn't saying that. I wasn't saying that you have. I wasn't saying that. I was saying that I don't think any other NFL team can go undefeated besides the Miami Dolphins. That's what I was saying. The Miami Dolphins were undefeated in '72. I don't think like any other NFL team could repeat what the Miami Dolphins did in '72 and try to do it. So I'm not naming any team name or anything. I'm just saying any NFL team in general. So that's what I mean. So you're not giving any names or anything. Yeah. So I'm not saying any team's names. You know. Just a broad statement saying like, well, can all. Yeah, it's about with 7 game season, it's hard to do that because well, actually it's an 18 game season because they added one more extra game. Actually, it's 18 game season actually. They added one more game, so it's 18 actually. So Star Wars is actually an 18 week season, not 17. It's 18 because they had one more game. So it used to be only 17, but then they had one more to make it 18. So. Yeah, Evans, if you come to the street tomorrow, just come on in, cause if you come to the street tomorrow, Evans, just pop in with, cause if you come to the street tomorrow night, so. 18 games for the season closer than you did after with Tim Common. The NFL considers an 18-game regular season starting early as 200. Yeah, well, it's 17-game season actually now. So yeah, they had 17 games, but they had 18 to try it out. So technically it is 18 actually. But they want to try as early as the 2027 season. If they do that, then it's like they make that permanent thing where the 18-game season is gonna be set to permanent. But in 2027 season all the way up, then that's gonna be, and they make that permanent official. Then that's good. And they add the 5 weeks in there, so that way every team gets a 5 week and stuff. So some 5 weeks are early for the certain teams, other 5 weeks are later. So. Well, it is about money, but it's also good for the fans too, because then they don't have to worry about 17 games. That's it, and then they get one more last game. That's the 18 game, week 18, and then that's the final game before they get into the playoffs and all that stuff. So that's kind of good. Yeah. So. And they say when you and Kitty only play 12 games. Well, I never heard of the NFL only play 12 week season. No, I never heard that. That's never been a thing. Yeah, I never heard they do that. Yeah, college you only play like 12 games. Yeah, that's college. Yeah, college football they do that. But the NFL they don't really do that. The pros they don't do that. Yeah, because only in college they only play like 12 games for a season or something like that. Yeah, college they do that. Yeah, but I don't think the pros they do that. Yeah, but I'm gonna get up. It was good talking to Elvis. It's good talking to Star Wars. We talk about sports. So I'm gonna see you guys in the Phillies stream tomorrow, and and all that good stuff. And I will be bouncing out, yo.